Welcome to episode 1 of FIU Dynasty here on YouTube. I think FIU is a pretty fun school. They're in South Florida. Their stadium is Pitbull Stadium now. Pitbull just bought the rights to it. So it's Pitbull Stadium. He's Mr. 305, but he's also Mr. Worldwide. Chat, as you can see above me, some are happy about Vandy losing, others are not. FIU won the poll. I am live on Twitch as per usual. Twitch.tv/Bengal. Link, as always, is down in the description. FIU Panthers, of course, Gene Dangus is coming back. He served his time with the Naval Academy and is now ready to take a head coaching job in South Florida. And that's kind of how that goes. You retire down in Florida? Seems like the natural course for Coach Gene Dangus. Let's get it. I've picked Motivator as the head coach style. I just think you get such a massive boost for being a motivator because you get XP when your players get leveled up. So when training comes around at the end of the season, you get such a massive boost. As you can see here, FIU's had a pretty bad history of results, going 0-5 in the COVID season before going 1-11 the following year in 2021, and then combining to go 8-16 the next two seasons. We're taking over. Coach Gene Dangus is here to turn around the program. We're in a recruiting hotbed, a powerhouse bunch of schools in Florida, like the Gators, the Seminoles, the Hurricanes. In terms of recruiting, historically, those teams are tough to compete with. As you push upwards towards, the rest of the United States, you have to deal with Georgia and Alabama. And Texas is even pulling kids out of the South or the Southeast in Florida. So you've got some real heavy hitters. Clemson is going to be a tough team to contend with. So I think FIU Dynasty, we have, things that make it easier for us to recruit. You look at our school grades. Championship contender, D-. Program tradition, D-. Pro potential, D-. Stadium atmosphere, D-. Athletic facilities is a D. These things can be improved, but where FIU gets a nice bonus starting out, B- for academic prestige, this cannot be improved. And A for campus lifestyle, it also can't be improved. So we have one of the best grades for campus lifestyle of any school, and pretty solid for academic prestige. The rest of these things can improve, and hopefully they do. We're going to need to start winning games in order to make that happen. But in order to start winning games, we need to bring in some top-tier recruits. And now that we're no longer at the Naval Academy, we may be able to run an offense that doesn't run the ball 98% of your plays. So of course, we're going to go after the best players we possibly can. And we'll bring in this virgin. He'll be juiced up, ready to play. We can actually pass the ball now and hopefully bring in some really good players in year one. I was hoping that more 5-stars were going to at least consider us. Not really. I think there's only, 4 5-stars that will even let us try and recruit them. 2 of them on the offensive line, and 2 receivers. So nothing on the defensive side of the ball. This is kind of a tough start for our potential year one recruiting class. This might be a year where, of course, 3 stars really make up the bulk of what we're going to be able to do. But per usual, I'm going to go after the best players we can get. If you can get a 5-star or 2, things already start to be looking up. So we'll see what we can bring in. So this is the roster for year one here at FIU. Our best player is Eric Rivers. He's an 85 overall route runner. We have him probably for the next 2 seasons. Pretty good route running. Pretty good elusiveness. Hands are solid. And he is fairly athletic. So this is probably going to be our biggest playmaker here in year one. A couple of good corners in Brian Blades and Hezekiah Massis. Not a lot of speed from JoJo Evans. Our quarterback is Keon Jenkins. Amari Jones does have the most abilities here, and also probably the best overall arm. Accuracy is not incredible. He's a redshirt sophomore that wants more playing time. That looks like someone who could definitely transfer, but does have good physical tools. That might be QB2 on the depth chart. We'll have to see. Patty Ice, thanks for the prime sub. If you look at running back here, Keyshawn Owens has bronze shifty, silver takeoff. These abilities are important. He looks like he could be pretty solid. I mean, 96 acceleration is fantastic. But overall, this roster has a long way to go. I do like Rocky Beers, however. That's a Hall of Fame name at tight end. Maybe he'll make an impact. So there is, some talent to be excited about. Keon Jenkins, maybe a decent option, only a sophomore. So could definitely look to develop him. But we've got a long way to go. Our schedule is the schedule that FIU played in real life. You have an FCS opponent at Pitbull Stadium here in week 4. And then, of course, a lot of conference matchups following that game. We're not really playing anyone too good here in Conference USA. I'm not sure we're going to stick in this conference for too long. I think there's a real chance we could rattle off double-digit wins here in year 1. This is a pretty easy schedule. Now, the team isn't fantastic, but the opponents are beatable. Have to see what Indiana can do, but our opponents are beatable. So we should be bowl eligible in year 1, and that should make recruiting easier. And I think we just, focus all of our points on some of these 5 stars, see if we can bring in anybody. Jimmy Arnold is someone we're going to focus on a lot. Now, you'd think it'd be Patrick Virgin, who's from Cumming, Georgia, but it's actually Jimmy Arnold. He's a 6 foot, 226-pound power back with 92 speed. He's a gem, downhill and armbar already. He's a top 40 player in the class. This is going to be a player we focus on, for sure. Georgia's going to be a tough opponent in that recruiting battle, but maybe we'll be able to win. And Patrick Virgin is also a gem. Very good speed. Gold safety valve. I don't typically love the receiving backs, but with 94 speed, I like that a lot. The names in this class are crazy. We have Buster. Nah, it doesn't say Buster. It says DeJuan Hyman. My fault. He has 90 speed. I mean, Sam Pena has gold shifty. I know there's no tilde or enye in his name, but we're not gonna call him Pena. Or that's maybe something else. Adonis McNitt, only 89 speed at 5'8", 180. 4-star, my ass. Don't think so. But there are some good players in this class. We need to find the steals, though. That's what it takes in year 1. You need to be able to find the steals. Sam Pena, I feel like he's going to end up at FIU here. I have a good feeling about him. We'll see. So I've made a minor mistake here. I got used to having way too many hours, or a lot of hours, and I over-scouted, which means I didn't have enough points to fully offer scholarships to everybody. So that's happened for these players. I was not able to offer scholarships. Now, it's not the end of the world. We're going to be able to now. So we're just going to lose, however many hours this ends up being. And I was not able to even scout some of these players like I wanted to. But the good news on some of these players is that, we're probably going to be out on Metzelar's. Even though there's only one school recruiting him, they're recruiting him pretty hard. I just don't think we're going to be able to get into the top 8 by the time that's decided. But we are in a good spot for a lot of these guys, some of them being 4 stars. So I think we've got a decent chance to bring in a very good class here. But my main focal point is ripping 50 points on every 5-star. I think my approach to recruiting is going to be a little bit different here early on. It's going to be like completely maxing out my points, which in year one, unfortunately, is not that many. Maybe I'm not going to do it for Virgin. I think 30 is like whatever. But I think we're going to focus on the offensive line a little bit. The O-line recruits look pretty good. And we're just going to fill in like the blanks later on. So we got 40 hours left. I'd be willing to put 40 hours on one player. I think we just need to decide who that's going to be. And it's going to be one of these corners probably. Or multiple. I just said we're going to do it with one, but I think multiple. Because I think Kendricks needs points. And I think Cortland Adams and, I mean, even Scroggins, but especially Cortland Adams, they need points as well. So I guess maybe we take him off the running back. A little bit less important. We're going after one running back in a big way. Hopefully we're able to get him. We'll put 25 on the other corner, and we will start to simulate. So I'm totally comfortable losing out on a lot of the players on our board. We only have 400 hours here in year one. A lot of these players are just not going to end up in the class. But if we can start with like 5 or 6 that we really like and then fill in the gaps with 3 and 4 stars down the line, that's going to be the best way to do it. It will be a battle for a lot of these 5 stars. Virgin has already locked us out, so maybe we got out of that at the good time anyway. I know that's a highly sought after thing. But we're going to take Virgin off the board. And how are we looking for these other 5 stars? Not too bad. Really not too bad. And we get 35 hours back now. We're going to try to get into the top 5 and then set up some visits here. And I think we're going to be in a pretty good spot. I want to definitely bring in some good linebackers. I think, like, maybe I'm wrong here, but I think we can kind of make the most out of, you know, some not so great offensive players. I think we'll find a way. But on defense, those guys need to be able to make plays on their own accord. So I kind of want to go heavy after defensive players. That's kind of what I'm thinking so far. We're just going to take a lot of players off the board. We're going to get locked out here anyway, so might as well jump ahead of that. But for the athlete, or even just the run stopper linebackers, we're already looking pretty good. We're the only offer on a handful of these players. So I'm feeling pretty good about where we are right now. Bringing in 2 4-star corners off the rip would be fantastic. I think bringing in Clyde Brockle would be nice as well. He's a 4-star. The quicker we can get a top 5 class, the quicker we can get to elite recruiter, the quicker we'll be a powerhouse program. So we'll see what happens. Of course, going to go after some of the top 4 stars without any offers right now. That's going to be the way to go. They, unfortunately, will not let us recruit a lot of these guys, but we'll find a few. Finding a good quarterback is going to be extremely important. And I just don't have the points to scout them right now, but we got to get a quarterback on the board. Game 1 of FIU Dynasty has us going to Indiana, where we will take on the Indiana Hoosiers, Kurt Signetti, and we're going to debut these all-white uniforms. Now, there are all-white Miami Vice uniforms that we're probably going to end up wearing a lot in this series that look pretty good. It's just unfortunate that they don't have, like, the home version, because the home version is quite nice. Lindsay Hepsey's rock there. But, as I've said, I think we've got a decent chance to win quite a few games here in year 1. The team isn't great, but there is, you know, stuff to work with. Like Eric Rivers at wide receiver, I think, is going to be a pretty big weapon for us. We have a young sophomore quarterback with decent overall athleticism, as we'll face Rourke and the Hoosiers. And already I'm noticing the extreme lack of speed from the second level of the defense. That's full speed instantly trying to run over to cover that wheel. And there was just no chance. I mean, we're getting pretty used to like 90 speed as we get deep into some of these dynasties. Not there. Anderson Taylor might have like 78 speed. And that's why we need to recruit more speed and more talent on the defense side of the ball. You can just, I mean, look how slow we look in comparison. Tyson Lawton. Looking like Ashton Genty for a moment there. First and goal from the 4. It's going to be read option. We've got no chance. I mean, if you can't cover Curtis Rourke in the run game, it's going to be a long day. And we haven't had an offensive moment yet. But as I say that, we're going to jump in. And I'll tell you, it's kind of refreshing after Navy Dynasty. We can actually throw the ball now. But it was a nice change of pace there. As, of course, we all knew Keon Jenkins was a lefty. And we will get on the board with a touchdown. Okay. Approaching halftime, 10 seconds to go. No timeouts. It's 2nd and 8. Could try a quick hitter to the outside here. What about a fake? How insane is that? Oh my God, he's wide open! Where are we going with Rocky Beers? Oh, I wanted to lead him up the field. Oh my God. Oh, we had a real chance there. We had a real chance. That's an incredible miss. I do want to make this more manageable, though. Hopefully they're in man coverage here, and we have a quick hitter to the outside. And we're going to find it. No, don't work up the field. Just get out of bounds. Make this a 36-yard field goal. Pretty makeable, I would say. And it was never in doubt. Always going to hit that one. Big kick. So that's the half. It looked grim at first. However, we'll get the football to start half number 2. And well, we didn't do anything with it. We were down 14-10, and that's quickly become 21-10. FIU features these wide splits, which are we even going to be able to see some of these routes on the outside of the field? Not really. To the left side of the field, we had no chance. We'll find our best receiver, though, our best player in the team, Eric Rivers, and now face a 4th and 11. It's a 51-yarder. Do we have any ability to hit a 51-yard field goal here on the road with Chase Gabriel? That's going to be a decent question. He is a power type with 91 kick power. There's actually a decent chance to hit this with the wind. The meter is going crazy, but this is not unmakeable. Especially for the best kicker here on YouTube. It's going to be 21-13 as we bang it through. The wide splits could be tough to deal with. Gun wide is an interesting choice. Now, I just get like, I feel like I get a nosebleed in real life when I go from this bird's eye view angle. And this doesn't really help. It just changes the orientation. Doesn't really change how much of the field we see. Nice catch. So I'm not sure if we're going to stick in gun wide the entire dynasty here. But it's definitely an option here early as we'll find Burris. We're in this game. 2-minute offense. Down by 8. So you got to take what the defense is giving us, and they're letting us work underneath. I kind of like Rocky Beers here. He didn't really get the separation I wanted, and then threw the ball back towards the middle of the field. Don't do that. But I'll tell you what we got real good at in Navy Dynasty was running options. Went for one there. Setting up 3rd and 7. Maybe not the best choice. It's going to be intercepted. I mean, I can't even imagine where that ball was going. I might be done throwing the rocky beers. Doesn't really seem to be working out ever. The guy, and I shouldn't be shocked by his name, I think has been drinking on the job. That wasn't what he was supposed to do. And that's not where the ball was supposed to be. That's fairly terrible. He's running like a quick out here. And he didn't really do it and then never worked back to the ball. Now, this corner playing zone also was a challenge. But I don't know. If it was me, I would probably try to go catch the ball. Not pretend like the guy is not there. It's kind of terrible all around. And we'll see with... I mean, this game's not over. We have 3 timeouts. We've got a chance here. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I tried to pump fake and go to the RB over the middle. It was too late. These wide splits might take a little bit of getting used to. Because I really just can't see the field. Which is, I think, an issue. Oh. Interesting. B before snapping. As we're going to fumble. It's going to be recovered by Indiana. Now it's over. B before snapping. It zooms out a bit, but then it goes back in when you snap it. So I don't know. That's not great. Now, this was a game we were expected to lose on the road at Indiana to start the year. Getting familiar with the team. And they're slow. They're slow. I think that's the biggest, most notable thing here. I didn't think we played too bad offensively. Not really much of a running attack. 10 rushes for 20 yards is not good. Dean Patterson goes 3 for 88 with a touchdown. And then defensively, we didn't do anything. 0 tackles for loss, sacks, picks, forced fumbles. We didn't really do anything defensively. That's going to have to change. And I think it will once we play worse competition. Not only at the start of our schedule, but as we get into the, conference play as well. And now with 10 coaching points, I want to update our abilities and buy recruiter. I want to scout quarterbacks. Our next points are going to go into that. I do need to keep motivator overall, though, which is why I've already bought Pay It Forward. But it'll be a nice combination of motivator and recruiter. I just think we need to make sure that at the end of the year, when we hit training results, we are a motivator. That's the only thing that we really need to focus on. We've got a real chance to land Jimmy Arnold. We've got a lot of players that want to transfer out. I said that weird. A lot of players, I'm hearing, want to transfer out. We need to increase our brand exposure. The way to do that, win more games. That's really going to be the answer to like everything. Oh, you want to do better in this regard? Doesn't really matter what it is. The way to do it is win more games. We're about to approach the top 5 for a number of these players, which means we're about to be able to give, hard sells and schedule some of these guys on visits. These things are going to be important. Going one-on-one against Miami is probably not going to go very well for us. But I don't really see a reason to change our points too much. Maybe taking 25 off of Clyde Brockle. Just because I don't think that's one that we can win. I think we need to focus on the main players in our class right now that we have a chance to get. Austin Kendricks is going to be one of them. Cortland Adams will be another. And I think we just put the 50 on Cortland Adams and kind of give up on Brockle. And Akanum, I think we could probably go after. He had 89 pursuit, 80 speed. Like, there is something here with him. But we're in play to get some of these 5 stars. So I don't really want to take any points off of them. Rosas could be a bit of a battle. But I think we actually do have a chance for Akanum. Maybe 1 week of, no points on Cortland Adams. That could be a mistake, but is there anywhere we can take our foot off the gas pedal a little bit. I mean, maybe Jimmy Arnold, but I don't really want to do that. We're just going to have a week where I want to put some points on Adams, but okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move Adams, or excuse me, Arnold down to 40 and put 10 on Adams just to have something. Maybe not the way you typically want to do this, but just trying to add one extra player to the class. We might end up getting locked out on some of those 5 stars anyway, but we will have our first home game of the year live at Pitbull Stadium, where we will face the Central Michigan Chippewas. We do have the overall advantage here for the first time in this series, and we'll get a look at Pitbull Stadium, named after Pitbull himself, Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 305. Yeah, he's got a ton of nicknames. There's probably another one. Either way, I feel like I gotta say like Dale or something. Here we go. Packed house, formerly Ricardo Silva Stadium. The Chippewas take the field, and we'll see if we can get this first win. 2nd and 4. Eric Rivers is going to be the guy. I think we need to feed him. But I like the route there from Beers. What a catch! I think the last thing I said was I'm done throwing to him, and the first thing I did in this game was throw to him. And I like the result. 1st and goal. Not a great route, but Rivers works back open, catches the football, touchdown. I think the offense is going to need to run through Eric Rivers. I know that's a crazy thought. Wow. Throw the ball to the best overall player on the entire team. I'm thinking it could be a good idea. Eric Rivers, touchdown. What can our defense do? Ooh. Give us the football back. I like that. 3rd and 9. Fittingly, Eric Rivers is not on the field. I think we're going to try and take off here. Jenkins is just fast enough and will scramble for it. Get me Eric Rivers back. There he is. Can't even see him, though. Nope, we're going to fumble. Jenkins picks it up and is hurt. All right, we're going to lose 10. I'd like to make it so the Chippewas can't touch the football again here in this half. Oh, we're going to get sacked again. What is my right guard doing? White chocolate with the sack. Or actually just chocolate. That's just Jason Williams. He got completely obliterated and then froze. Had no idea what to do. All right. We need to recruit offensive line. We're doing it already, but I mean, we really need to do it in a big way. I hate what's happening here. I mean, we're going to try to play to get into field goal range. Forced to step up. Rivers is actually open, and that's one way to play in a field goal range. How about even further than that? That is a touchdown for Eric Rivers, his 2nd here in the first half. They just forgot about him. Eric Rivers has put us up 14-0. The Chippewas answer with 3. Into the second half, they've actually made it a 3-point game now, and we have the football. 3:23 to go. Now inside 3 minutes. They're going to start calling timeouts here very shortly. We need to be able to run and get this. I'd like to make this the final play before the 2-minute timeout. And it's not going to be. Keyshawn Owens, 8 for 12 yards. Have to call one play before this timeout. We've thrown a pick on this earlier, last game. Maybe it works this time around. Oh my God. The protection is not holding up, I would say. There's the 2-minute timeout. It's going to be 3rd and 20. Let's see if they forget about Eric Rivers again. Here's 3rd and 20. They're going to send 5. Nope. This protection is tough. 4th and 27. Not exactly how we wanted to try and put this game away. It's a decent punt. Fielded. Oh, we can't cover him. Punt coverage, not ideal. All right, trying to hold on to a 3-point lead. I don't like the fact that we're actually going to have to go on defense here because we know how slow and bad this team is. I mean, the running back's wide open. Shot down the field. That can't be caught. Thank you. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. We're going to go from empty. We're going to commit to the pass. We'll check down. We'll take that. Good tackle in space. Burt Emanuel has been picked off twice today. Let's just show Tampa 2 here. Quarterback going to take off. Burt Emanuel will run for it and get it. I'd love to keep them at a field goal range. We might get aggressive in blitz here in the near future. A fumble would be great, but those just don't typically happen here on Heisman difficulty. 2nd and 6. Showing pressure. Shot up the seam. It's intercepted by Evans. That should be the game. They tried to beat us up the seam. We were all over it. That's exactly what you want to do as the corner. Stay in phase. Be in position to make a play. Big interception will result in our first win in the Gene Dangus era. We'll really celebrate this one. You know, the FIU faithful, Panthers fans, not used to seeing too many big plays. But that's one of our best players. He lacks in speed. He makes up for with great ball skills. The safety, JoJo Evans, with the interception. And we get our first win of the Gene Dangus era. It took 2 games. That's okay. Eric Rivers, 6 catches for 64 yards and 2 touchdowns, is your player of the game. And I don't think that's going to be the last time you see that this season. The junior receiver has the potential to be a game-breaking weapon for us. We need to find a way to get him the football. These wide splits might complicate things, but he had, basically half of our receiving yards. And think about how tough it was to actually throw the ball. Lexington Joseph might need to touch the ball more, by the way. Averaged 8.1 yards per carry. A lot better than the 1.5 per carry for Keyshawn Owens. Something to think about. No TFLs, no sacks, but 3 picks. JoJo Evans, Bobby Saleh Jr., and Brian Blades. So the strength of this defense, if you want to call it that, is actually in the secondary. And we saw it today. But that front 7 needs to get a lot better. Typically under head coach Gene Dangus. I like to build some pretty powerful front 7s. This recruiting class maybe not exactly set up for that. We're going to try to build into that here as we go. But, we got a couple of good DBs we can bring in. But, as I said, I love recruiting in the front 7. Getting some good linebackers. Bringing in some really good defensive linemen, obviously. We do want to have quarterbacks take less time to fully scout. And we'll probably save that extra 5 points for right now, just so we can keep motivator. And we're looking pretty good in some of these recruitments. And you're actually seeing some schools fall back. Virginia Tech, NC State, UNC not really recruiting Johnny Schmidt as much. Alabama is going to be a tough team to beat for Don Gaffney. But obviously in that last game, we've seen that we need a big upgrade at right guard. We need to start hard selling. The only problem is going to be, well, are our grades good enough? And I think mostly the answer is going to be no. Playing time is something we can lean into. I don't think we're going to know enough to hard sell right now. But we know playing time. So this is an option. A+, C-, D-, not very good. That's not an option. And that's not an option. So we actually do know the sell. The hard sell for Don Gaffney is going to be TV time. There actually is not another option. And is A+, C-, D- going to be good enough? It needs to add to 19, if you think about it. It's, I think, F is 0, 1 is D-, and then A+ is 12, or however that works. So I don't know that that's quite going to be enough. I'm really worried about the 2 offensive linemen that Alabama's really trying to pursue and Arkansas is really trying to pursue. We do need to max out points on Manu Rosas, I believe. We can get both of them in at the same time, but I'm worried that there's going to be a huge jump in between this week and next week. So much so that when we get to week 5 against Louisiana Tech, they will already be committed. That's what I'm a little bit afraid about, but I think we're going to take the chance and sell playing time. I hate that we're taking points off of some players in order to get these visits going, but I think it's just got to be done. We got a chance to land some of these really, really good players. I need to take off points on some players in order to set up these visits. Again, it needs to happen. Hopefully we can make it to week 5. It's a bit of a gamble. I think there's a real chance that Alabama and Arkansas, especially Alabama, kind of end these recruitments prior to that, which would mean I just wasted 80 points. But these 2 recruits are so important that we're going after it and we're trying to get it done. TV time is enough. It's 19 on the nose by that math. If you don't understand how it works, it's just at what point does it make sense to hard sell versus just send the house? 19 points. Again, think of the 1 to 12 sliding scale for F through A+. So it does make just enough sense to sell. It's tough to go head-to-head versus Bama. I'm hoping that visit week is going to be the difference. We have a rivalry game. This is always important, but it's especially important to win because, you know, this sets up potentially buying coach abilities, right? Winning rivalry games sets you up to buy architect, which is important. You only have so many of these per year that you can play, and only so many that you even have a chance to win. I would love to go on the road here and beat FIU, and I think we're going to debut the Miami Vice alternates here against the Owls. This might be tough to watch. I think we're going to put them in the Navy. Might be a little easier on the eyes with the Vice uniforms already out for us. So let's get into it. Let's win the game. All right, big first quarter drive. Let's take the lead. Not exactly a packed house here, but you know, the size of the stadium are somewhat full. I'm really interested to see how this motion's going to work. Like, is Rocky Beers going to end up working open? We'll see. He does look wide open. And if we can have a receiver or really anybody in that spot that can actually, you know, break tackles and make somebody miss in the open field, that could be a really effective play for us here as we go down the line at FIU Dynasty. But it seems like gun wide is going to be the default for what FIU likes to do here. So we better get pretty used to, you know, running it. Seeing how it works. Obviously didn't want to pull that one. Here's 2nd and 10. Got a little bit of space to run here. Weird camera angle change. I didn't like that at all. But Keon Jenkins runs for it. Working off play action. We just check down here. Really no arm from Keon Jenkins. And I just don't think this is a good play. Man, our line really does not block any play action play. We might need to eliminate that one from the playbook. It's going to be intercepted. I thought he was going to stop. Oh, man. I don't know why I thought he was going to stop in the open zone there. I thought that was actually on the play art. I'm not just guessing. Let's take a second look at this. Like in the actual play art here. I was pretty sure. It's not going to pop up. It was an option route. Just kind of ran to coverage. I mean, I tried to time that up pretty well. If he sits down here, he's wide open, which what I thought he was going to do. Unfortunate. But our defense gives the ball back. You can see that this was the exact play. You can see the play art there. The option he chose was just to run to coverage for some reason. Why? I almost did it again. It looks like it's going to be open if he just stops. Third and 10. Moving the ball here could be a challenge. It shouldn't be. But it looks like it might be. Stepping up. Jenkins has plenty of room. Not the fastest, but that's a nice gain on the ground in midfield. I don't like the play action slot choice. We just can't run this play. Let's see if we can actually run the ball, though. We're going to have no running game at this point. Now, this could work. We ran this before. Beers could end up working open. If this playbook's only going to have, like, option routes downfield, like the budget Tennessee offense, good lord. We're going to have a tough time because our receivers are stupid. 3rd and 13. Oh, God. Yeah, we're going to punt. I just let them touch the ball. You guys figure it out. Really wanted that one to be blocked, huh? Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, our defense is doing enough. Or FAU just sucks is maybe more likely. 3rd and 10. We've got no one in the area. But they're short of the line to gain. And they get 3. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. 3rd and 2. Got to be a first down. And it is. Here we go. Got a real chance for a touchdown here. That's going to take us to the 2-minute timeout. Touchdown would be nice. We need to get the ball to Eric Rivers. We've been intercepted trying to do that this game. Actually preferred Matthews there. These option routes, I don't think it's going to be the way. And they're working up so deep. If we had a mobile quarterback, this would space the field so nicely. We'd be able to absolutely dominate with quarterback scrambles. Unfortunately, not the case here. It's going to be a run. We've managed the clock really well. 35 seconds or so here. All Hitch is asking for me to throw a pick six. Or down to the 1. A lot of RPOs. I mean, this truly is like the veer and shoot offense here. 15 seconds to go. RPO and touchdown as we hand it off to the back. Owens for the score. First touchdown of the game comes with 12 seconds to go in the first half. And we are into half number 2 with the football. Approaching the fourth quarter. It's 3rd and 1. Who wants to get open to make a play? Oh, my God. We are going to go for it in this spot. The line is brutal. The right guard completely stops the right tackle from making a block. I mean, it looks like a stunt. I don't think it was supposed to be. Oh my goodness. Getting crushed. 4th and 1. Maybe they can run block. We'll see. I don't think we got it. FAU football. How would we not convert there? Yeah, we need the line recruits to commit now. And then we need to play them right away. We need to, like, break some type of NCAA rule to bring in high school recruits to play right now. And maybe they would choose to do so. That could be a pitch for us. Hey, you can play right now. We need you. This is a touchdown. Yeah. If he went to the outside, he just had too much speed, he would have got there. If he decided to juke back inside, we had already committed to trying to take away the edge. That was a disaster either way. Knew it was a touchdown instantly. However, I think we're in a pretty good spot here. I wanted to take some more time off the clock. 3rd and 6. The wide splits here are crazy. So we just don't have the time. We simply have no time. Can we hit the kick, though? Got a little bit of wind. Big kick here. For the tie. Absolutely. 10-10. Defense, please. Okay. Defense gets a stop. Punt this into the end zone, idiot. I don't think it's going to roll. Yeah, it's just a good punt. Had to return it. We have 2 minutes and 49 seconds. There's just so much space. That's the benefit of these wide splits. There's so much space. You'd think it would open up the running game. Here's the problem. Our offensive line is so bad, and I see Chew Clock is on. Our O-line is so bad that we don't really have any chance to take advantage of these wide splits. We're taking off with Jenkins. There we go. That brings us to the 2-minute timeout. I think we'll take Chew Clock off at least for a moment. I want to be able to run the ball. But again, it opens things up for the quarterback, but the O-line does not block when we run the ball. They really don't block when we throw the ball either. It's kind of a bad combo. You'd hope they would do one or the other. Rocky Beers makes the catch, though. We're moving it a little bit. 1:45 to go. I'm not trying to take the top off the defense. Just trying to run the offense here. And, I mean, 3 wins the game, right? We're about 25 yards away from making that a reality. That's a bad throw. That was a good throw. Because it wasn't supposed to be there, but it led him to an awesome spot to pick up yards after the catch. And it's 3rd and 1. I don't know if I like this. We're going to snap it. They vacated the middle of the field. Catch made by Burris. And we are right on the edge of field goal range. We need a few more yards. Wide open over the middle. It's a name I have no idea how to pronounce. J and N back-to-back. I can't even begin to tell you what that would make. Jean-Pierre? I have no idea. Timeout FAU. I think we're officially in field goal range now. We're just going to try to line it up. I'd love for FAU to lose their timeouts. First down would be really nice. They're going to give us the space to run. Just don't fumble. FAU calling their penultimate timeout. And you guys may notice, by the way, if this stadium looks familiar with the palm tree on the scoreboard, it was actually used to make the Riverside Royals Dynasty Stadium in college football revamped. Fun fact for you. Which is a team that EA based FCS West off of, if you were not aware. Even though I mention it like every time because I think it's super cool. Inside 10 seconds. FAU not calling a timeout here. We're going to kick it. That kick is up, and it's good. We'll win again. The win streak under Gene Dangus improves to 2. FAU had that final timeout, chose not to ice the kicker. We rushed the field goal team out there, and we'll win a close one. It's a rivalry game. You never quite know how these are going to go, but we came out on top. And our defense held their quarterback, Cam Fancher, to 41% completion percentage. Wasn't much higher for Keon Jenkins, but the offensive line, man, brutal. Keon Jenkins did run the ball quite well this year, or this game, but so did Keyshawn Owens. 19 for 90, had a touchdown, did fumble, and we didn't really get Eric Rivers too involved, but it was tough to throw the ball in general. 1 TFL, big improvement. Keegan Davis also had 2 sacks. No picks for us. Our defense really isn't doing a whole lot, but they're doing enough. Like, I would like to see interceptions, tackles for loss, sacks. But if you're going to hold them to 10 points, you know, I can't really complain very much about that. It is worth it right now. O-line, recruiting actions give a bonus. Now, does this make us a recruiter? It does. We could probably get Motivator right back. But I also think increased weekly recruiting hours for offensive line could be super important. And if we're going to get those guys, that might be the way to go. Because we have several offensive linemen we really like. I also really want the corner. I don't really have the hours for it. I could probably make it work. We can get a few hours back. This is kind of playing with fire. And we're already not in the best position on Delvin Alexander going up against a powerhouse. But I think it is probably worth the points right now to get more hours on Rosas, but especially Don Gaffney. We have the coach points. We can get Motivator later, or get back to Motivator. I think for right now, increase weekly recruiting hours for offensive linemen, and it'll be our best chance to stay in those recruiting battles, and then hopefully we can get them on campus for week 5. That is the goal. We'll see if we can make it happen. So, Don Gaffney, 65 of 65. I did not mean to do that. My big fear is just that Alabama runs away with it, and he commits to Alabama as we simulate to week 5. That's the big fear. Certainly a big possibility. It's like our grades just aren't very good. That's the problem. So we'll see what happens. This is going to be very telling as we simulate to week 4. This is going to be potentially disastrous, but potentially also quite good. Locked out on Stephen Keys. Into the next round on Ty Ikanum. I would like to have more points in order to go after him. We only have 400 hours right now. It's pretty upsetting. Keegan Davis is your Conference USA Defensive Player of the Week. We'll have an FCS East matchup here. Okay. We actually don't look too bad. Alabama has pulled away a little bit on Don Gaffney. Our grades, as I've mentioned, are just not very good. And Alabama could get him to commit next week as we simulate to next week. That's a problem. Number 1 on Jimmy Arnold. This Arkansas recruitment's weird. We did not get any of the cells right on Rosas, but we didn't learn any new information in that time, really. It's going to end up being like A+, D-, D, or DD. So a hard sell is not going to make sense for him. A soft sell is not going to make any sense. The only thing that's going to make any sense, actually, is just sending the house. We might be able to get somebody else on campus as well. But we have 80 hours back. I think we're going to put him on Rosas. I think we're going to put him on the players that we previously had recruited. I don't think there's anybody else that I can get on campus that it actually makes sense to. Because you got to think that 2 offensive linemen are going to be there. I don't know that. I mean, Austin Kendricks probably commits with a visit. I'm not sure it's worth the 40. UCF's making a bit of a move. I would hate to not have him end up in the class, but I'm just going to stick to the 50, the flat 50. I think that's the way to go. And then we'll adjust it for Delvin Alexander. Our grades here are actually decent. Proximity to home, coach stability, and is athletic facilities going to be the last one? Probably. And the grades there are decent. So, they're not good, but, I mean, it's okay. Getting him on campus actually could be pretty important. Let's do that. Because that hopefully guarantees a 5-star with a win. That moves us down to 15 hours. I don't love that at all. Especially now with Mississippi State making a move for Adams. And a Canham, I just don't have the hours right now. But Cortland Adams would be a big get. He is a 4-star corner. We don't really know how good he is. I probably need more hours for Sam Pena. Yeah, the visit there was maybe not the wisest, but at least it probably secures him in the class, so we guarantee a 4-star with a win. It might make us lose out on Sam Pena, Johnny Schmidt potentially as a result as well, and then Cortland Adams. I don't like that Mississippi State's making a run. So, we'll see. We'll probably add more targets to our board following this week. I need to see where we're going to be with these offensive linemen, but obviously this is an FCS school that we're playing. This absolutely needs to be a win. We're going to break out the Biscayne Bay alternate uniforms in order to get it done. All right. Let's not sleepwalk through this one. Sometimes these FCS schools can be a problem. Hopefully not today. And I think FCS East, I think they're going to run Flexbone, which can be a little bit weird. There's Owens. I love a spin move back. Some people are, stop spinning. Spinning is winning. Got to keep rocking with it. But we're trying to just jump cut and find some space. 3rd and 5. They've got nobody in the box. We need to be able to run the ball against this. All right. We'll take that result. I mean, that's like the best thing we can do in that spot. Just get guaranteed yardage. I mean, this could very easily be an interception. We're taking a shot down the field, though, for Burris, who has a step, who makes the catch, and has a touchdown. Our first long throw of the year, and in several series, maybe. We had a few at Navy. Big touchdown, though, to Burris. We're up 7-0, and we got the football back. 3rd and 5. 4-down territory. We're going to go one-on-one against the backer. Good power from Keyjon Owens. Knocking on the door. 5-yard line. Looking to take off. We're going to have to throw it away. That's okay. It's 1st down. Live to die another day. Jet sweep. Could be good. I'd love to get this going to Eric Rivers if at all possible. But we're in the Wildcats, so not really an option. Running around the edge. Looking for space and finding enough. Touchdown. The patience pays off. Lawrence with the score. And hits the Heisman. Okay. I don't know about that, but I love the confidence. We're up 16-0 after a safety. And we are dominating this first half. And this is what should happen against an FCS school. even with a lower level program like us right now, is we're going to hit Joseph, touchdown. We are dominating the competition here. I know they're not FBS level, but it still feels good to come out and play to our fullest potential. It's 23-0, and it could be even more. Let's call a timeout. I knew that freaking runoff was going to happen. Now, this is good practice for the blowout win that we're going to need next week to help with recruiting, where we actually have players on campus. What is that? I just found out a new thing you can do. I hit right stick. I was hoping to throw it away, but I guess I also hit left trigger, which I guess is give yourself up in the backfield. Wasn't aware of that. And I don't have a timeout. I didn't know that was a thing. Well, that's the end of the first half. We're into half number 2. If this were a close game, that would be a problem, but we're up 23-0. We're on cruise control right now. I'm really not too mad about it. But, yeah, whatever I did, I didn't like it. Maybe I hit L3, R3, somebody said in chat. Instead of left trigger, maybe I accidentally hit the left stick as I hit the right stick. Ooh, not good. They're bringing the safety up. Hit Eric Rivers. Back of the end zone. Touchdown. What a throw from Jenkins. Eric Rivers. Touchdown. The blowout continues. Hopefully we're able to do this next week. It's just a shame that like visits don't even really mean anything against an FCS school. They should see this and be like, wow, you guys are going to be legit one day. I wish they saw that. But they're like, we don't care. Kind of disappointing. But it feels good to win. And we're 2-1. This has not exactly been too much of a struggle so far. Oh, my Lord. That was a big hit. That was a big hit. We have all day here. Thrown to the end zone. Rocky Beers comes back out of the end zone. It's 3rd and 1. That's the 2-minute timeout. Jenkins is on fire. Good blocking. Easy touchdown. The blowout continues. That is the ball game. 37-0 is your final. The Biscayne Blues might be the way to go. Those are beautiful. Even the backup, no, not the backup quarterback, Lexington Joseph just took it from Wildcat for a passing touchdown, supposedly. Keon Jenkins, great game. 12 for 19 for 238, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. Kejon Owens, 89 on the ground, touchdown for Lexington Joseph. Good game for him receiving. Rivers with a touchdown. Nazaviah Burris with a touchdown. Shamari Lawrence with a touchdown. Lexington Joseph got involved. This guy was all over. Did Lexington Joseph have a passing, rushing, and receiving touchdown all in the same game? That's crazy. I don't think I've ever done that before. And that was completely accidental. Sack for Eddie Walls. No interceptions per usual. But okay. Good game, good win. And tell me, please, that the offensive linemen we want do not commit to Alabama and Arkansas following this week. Give us 1 week. Let us get the visit. Okay, we got the visit at least, so there's a chance. The deal breaker's coming into effect because we're getting no interceptions, unfortunately. So, it's getting a little bit worrisome on Cortland Adams. We need interceptions. We're getting 0. But we're pacing really well in Austin Kendricks. We are 3-1, and we have a legit shot. The deal breakers on the corners are tough. It gives us hours to work with, I guess. Does this cancel a visit? That's brutal. We wasted 40 points to get a visit to guarantee his commit just so we could fall out with a playstyle deal breaker. That's absolutely devastating. We're about to see how close we are on the guard in the center. Don Gaffney, interesting. We dropped a bit. We've been overtaken by Florida. Bama has kind of stopped. We're putting 65 on him and we dropped. We do have the visit. Georgia next. We kind of need a blowout win here. We need a blowout win if we're going to get Don Gaffney. For the center, it also doesn't look great. Unfortunately, our grades are really bad. We do get the complimentary visit, though. That's going to be beneficial. Could look at these linebackers. We're just going to get them, so it's not really important to scout them, in my opinion. We have 70 hours. I honestly think we can get Clyde Brockle at this point. He's not really being recruited very much, so we're going to throw 50 on him. And maybe we can add a 4-star safety into the class. We've done nothing at quarterback right now. Which, that's not great. That's not great, obviously, but there hasn't really been a moment to do anything about quarterback. We're going to end up finding like a 3-star scrambler that can jump in the class. And I think that's going to be enough. If you look at the offers right now, like there are some 3-stars that we can get that have no offers, but it's, you know, they're not actually incredible, as you would imagine. Biggers was a big disappointment. And maybe Jay Fiedler's kid can help us out. Dolphin Legend. An improviser's okay. I'm kind of more interested in the scramblers because those guys can actually move. And I think in this offense especially, scramblers would be especially important. But field generals develop really well. So there's something to be said about those guys also. But we added a bunch of quarterbacks. We'll end up bringing in a 3-star almost for sure. So I still feel okay about it. And we have plenty of hours, or we will end up having plenty of hours. Some of these recruitments are coming down to the wire. Week 5 is going to be a big one. We have 3 visitors. 5-star receiver, Delvin Alexander. 5-star right guard, Don Gaffney. 4-star center, Manu Rosas. 2 of which from Florida. Rosas from Texas. Louisiana Tech is 1 and 2. What do we want to buy here? We could go back in a motivator, or we could do like recruiting actions, give a bonus to receivers. Which before a visit, that could be important maybe. Let's do it. We're focusing on recruiting right now. We can move back in a motivator later. As long as we're a motivator at the end of the year, that's kind of all I care about. But securing 2 5-star receivers would be pretty important. Louisiana Tech looks like they could actually be pretty good. Let's break out the Biscayne Bay alternate again. Louisiana Tech in the all-white. We need to win this game. That goes without saying. But I also think we need a blowout to have a legit shot to land either of these guys. Or all 3, maybe. This game's, I mean, a beautiful starting time. It's like twilight. Like 5 p.m.-ish. Sun's kind of going down. Looks great. We need to play great, though. That's going to be the thing. We need to put up a ton of points. And there have been times where we've struggled against Louisiana Tech in the past in different dynasties. I think Tulane especially. Rocky Beers was open. Does not have the speed to outrun the coverage. And already, it's not off to a great start. We're not going to overreact to the first play, as we're going to hit Eric Rivers. But we know how bad this offensive line can be. It could be a real challenge to move the football. We run into a sack. Maybe our best bet there is throw the ball to A and just hope he makes a contested catch. But I'll tell you what, our defense bails us out, gets a stop. It's 3rd and 7. Check down to Joseph. He's going to be right there, and they're going to mark him with a very favorable spot and give us 1st and goal from the 7. Looking to step up. Jenkins finds the end zone untouched. Caught Louisiana Tech napping. Okay. Good start. We need our defense to continue to get stops here at Pitbull Stadium. Here in the 305. Dale. Touchdown. Sorry about that. Panthers 7. Tech 0. But our defense needs help. Interception here would be incredible. Final play of the 1st quarter. It's going to be a run. Way to rally, way to tackle. Not a terrible 1st quarter. We need to win by 17 plus for the blowout win. Those are the stipulations. A missed kick would be cool here. I mean, I'm trying to conservative tackle. We just get spun out. Yeah, I mean, what are we going to do there? Touchdown Tech, and they have the ball back. No, man. 3rd and 4. Caught. Tech inside the 20. Yeah. Louisiana Tech is starting to run away with this one a little bit. I think we defended that run play pretty well. There's a tackle for loss on Denario Davenport. Let's try a zone coverage here. We're going to press. We have help. I'll tell you what, we're tackling pretty well in this one. We are tackling fairly well. 3rd and 9. Going with a cover 3, so we will be potentially beatable up the seams here. But other than that, we should have everything on lock. It's going to be a throwaway. All right. They get 3. That's okay. We need points before the end of the half. This one is probably just going to sneak inside that right upright. But it doesn't. It's a missed kick. We get the ball back. Please score. Okay, huge play. 28-yard throw to Eric Rivers. This is the swing we needed. Got to be 14-7. Good timing. Nice catch. Touchdown. It's a risk when you try to actually throw with anticipation, but it worked out that time. Burris with the touchdown. Our defense, man. Oh, these guys. Great stop on the first series of the game. After that, it's just like Louisiana Tech can do whatever they want. They have 1 timeout. I think we need to blitz. We need to back them up here. That can't be a touchdown. It can't be a touchdown for so many reasons. Tech will tie it up before the half. It's 14-14. We have the ball, though. Interception by Hezekiah Massis gives us the football. And we need to make something happen here on 3rd and 8. I don't love the wide splits, but might be able to make something from it just because there's so much space. Nice spin move from Burris, who's actually probably outplayed Eric Rivers so far in this series. He's been a nice option. It's an interception. I mean, I never even saw him. I mean, I did see him, but I never even looked. That's going to be a pick 6 as well. Unless we can save a touchdown here. Owens in pursuit. He will save a touchdown. I was just hoping Eric Rivers would get open on the slant. Thought if we gave him enough time, he would. Corner just sat underneath it the entire time. I never looked at it. which isn't a good excuse, but it's true. Was he never even open at all? Probably. Probably. I just hoped he would get open. Nothing else is open. So thought we just ripped the slant. Yeah, he never got open. Man, he kind of sucks in the... He's supposed to be a route runner. I know his best attribute is deep route running. Looks like he was potentially working open there. Again, not that I saw it. I wish I could tell you. I thought he was going to work open. Nah, I never even looked at him. I just hoped that he would get open. And that's gonna be a bad play. Because Louisiana Tech now in a great position to at least get 3. I know they've missed before. Hope that would happen again. Oh, it's a screen. We got to back him up. Interception here would be great, but definitely can't count on that. We've defended the run fairly well when we're actually out here. I think in simulation, maybe not defending it quite as well. I want to contain the quarterback. We're not getting pressure anyway. Wide open in the flat. We might have 2 sacks the entire year, and they both came in one game by the same player. How is that a touchdown? It feels like I switch on, in position, no animation back towards the ball, even though I'm holding in the direction. And we're down by 7. 3rd and 8. Man, this game frustrates me sometimes. There's nowhere to go. We're going to try and get 3 here. It's a 51-yarder. Some weird wind. Does not matter. 3 there at least is important. Touchdown gives us the lead, but we can't stop Louisiana Tech from scoring right now. Yeah, we need Pitbull. Got to sub him in at quarterback, make a play. 3rd and 3. Weird RPO screen, covered well. Was it? Oh, it was just a screen, just a swing screen. Offensive line kind of blocked like it was a run play. It really got out there. So Louisiana Tech erases our field goal. And now we really can only play for a tie. 3rd down. 3rd and 3. Are they going to be ready for the screen? Oh my God, we got punched in the mouth. Couldn't get rid of the ball. 4th and 11. I think we're going to go for it at this point. From the 43-yard line. Hope somebody can make a play. We have a step there. You need to make the catch, and it's caught. Huge. That was a bold play call, but it works out. Then we go right back. Go to the quarterback run. QB blast. Unsuccessful. I don't really like a deep choice because I think they make the wrong choices. So I don't really love that. Nice catch. I think QB blast on 3rd and 1 is a decent shout, though. Fumble. We recover it. Oh, my God. We probably shouldn't be trying to truck, but why are we fumbling? Because we're trying to truck, probably. Okay. Let's slow down a second here. Our quarterback's in rough shape. He's in some rough shape right now. We need Rivers to just win down the field. That's what it's going to take. Sacked. Fumble. We don't recover it. I don't really know what we can do in that spot. We're going to make a change at quarterback is what's going to happen for sure. Yeah, give me Amari Jones. The first fumble, my fault. That fumble, inexcusable. Yeah, we knew he was going to change direction there. We're going to call timeout. The blowout win, not an option. Not an option anymore. A win. Barely an option. Oh, great coverage. Oh, my God. Yeah, this is not what we wanted here. That's the 2-minute timeout. Tech holding on to a touchdown lead with the ball. We can expect that they're going to run, but it's not a guarantee. I mean, you simply need to make that tackle. Okay, there we go. So we ended up losing the game. My recording stopped, and I'm not even, like, the stream saw it. My recording randomly stopped and wouldn't start again until finally now. We got blown out. We had a throw at a sack interception. I wish you guys could see it. My recording, for whatever reason, stopped. Whatever. But yeah, we got blown out, which is going to be devastating for recruiting. That's absolutely terrible because, you know, it actually is a negative now for the players that were on campus. Don Gaffney commits to Alabama as a result. Just terrible. I mean, we really couldn't have a worse result in there. And our playing style, because we still can't get interceptions, is not to a B-. And now Miami's starting to go after Brockle again, so we have no chance there. That was a really frustrating week, is my review of the entire situation. Really frustrating. If we go to Rosas here, he's going to go to Arkansas now. We did get a bonus of 3 for the visit overall, but we got no bonus for a win. We have no chance here. He will be going to Arkansas. So it's another recruit lost. I'm surprised it ended up going so badly. It looked okay at the start, and then just terrible. Year 1 here is not going as smooth as it looked at the start. That's for sure. We now got to pull out of the Delvin Alexander recruitment as well. Yeah, if you have recruits on campus and you lose in blowout fashion, or really any fashion, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I know it's a shocking review, but yeah, things just went from bad to worse, I guess. And we need more interceptions so we have a chance at these corners, because at least Austin Kendricks, we've got a really good chance to get. We need more picks. I also need to be able to scout quarterback, see if any of these guys are fast. We need speed. 81 speed's not going to do it, but I need hours. 74 speed. You're a scrambler? 81 speed is just not enough. There's Terry Bradshaw's son, Tavares. You have any hours here where you can give? Getting Johnny Schmidt would be cool. But I guess we can offer a scholarship to somebody. But we don't even know if these guys are any good. So it's not all that helpful. Sidney Thomas. I've never heard of that name before. See what happens post-bye week. And we'll see the recruiting update here. Brand exposure not looking very good. We'll take on Liberty here. We're 3-2. Play style drops, of course, because he still didn't have a game. We're number 1 on Ty Canham. He's just not really being recruited that much, and he would be a pretty good get. 6'4", 287, 80 speed, 89 pursuit. I think there's a chance he could be a really good defensive end or defensive tackle for us. Ohio State, South Carolina, they're making, I mean, even Arkansas making a big push for Jimmy Arnold. And we don't have the capability of hard selling him. We'll even see if it gets to week 9 for his visit. North Carolina making a big push for 5-star Johnny Schmidt. Georgia making a push for 5-star Sam Pena. We have 180 hours. And I guess we can go back to scouting quarterbacks. I need somebody with like near 90 speed to get me interested. And they all have 81 or less. There's 90 speed and very good accuracy. Rodney Salam is new QB1. I think I've seen enough. 90 speed, 86 medium accuracy, 87 short. Rodney Salam is a ball player. 77 speed as a scrambling quarterback. What are we doing? 77 speed. How are these guys scramblers? Since when do the scramblers have 70 speed? It's disappointing. I'll say that. We're still going to be able to get some 3 stars in this class. Let's see if we can beat Liberty. They're 4-1, 2-0 in the conference. They're an 82 overall, though, I think is the biggest problem. They're just better. Liberty is way better than us right now. They're in the Indiana territory, and that game didn't exactly go especially well for us. Don't know if this is going to be a very jolly game for us. Awesome uniforms here for Liberty, though. First quarter drive. Let's see if we can take the lead. We're on our own 3-yard line. Great. Well, at least our defense made a stop. Something tells me it's going to be difficult to get out of our own end zone. I'd like to shorten up this game. We might end up going shoe clock. Oh, God. When a team like Liberty is better than you, I would say that you want to limit how many times they can possess the ball. And it looks like it's going to be tough to run. Looks like it could be a real tough game today. See what our defense can do. They got to stop last time. It looks like Liberty may be punted. Down to the 3. We're creeping up. Wide open over the middle. Just one big turnover. And suddenly our mood changes. Sometimes we stop the run really well. Other times we get destroyed by it. It's an interesting combo. It's either, I mean, it looks like we're selling out for TFLs. Shot to the end zone, touchdown Liberty. I mean, we're not even in the same zip code as the receiver. Not even close. That's the end of the first quarter. We're down by 7. This drive needs to end in a touchdown. For us, I need to specify. In the end of the Louisiana Tech game, there's a throw at a sack, pick 6, maybe even 2 of them, to be honest. The RPOs might need to be retired because I don't feel comfortable throwing the ball in those spots. And we cannot run the ball against them. Easy reads, user pick, hop on pop. We might be back. Easy reads. Read that all the way. And we punt the ball right back. Okay. It was a great interception for field position. Fantastic stuff. Oh, it's intercepted right back by Clark. Clark's got a chance for 6. Please, we can't score offensively, but we can defensively. Mr. Clark, his first name, I swear to God, is Mr. Thank you, Mr. Clark. He jumped the route. Usually that's just an incompletion. It is not easy reads when the CPU gets an interception, just so you guys know. I feel like I explain that every stream. It's only easy reads when I read it, but I appreciate your enthusiasm. If that would have been completed, I would have freaked. 7-7, 14-7 Liberty, and we're back on defense. Man, our offense is struggling in sim. Jacksonville State playbook might be the move in Season 2. Please, please turn over something. They're just like pretty unstoppable. And the CPU can be on Heisman. So sometimes if they want to score, they just will. We're facing a pretty good college quarterback here in Caden Salter. It's not a game we expected to win, but the fact that we're going to be so close is what makes it a little bit more frustrating. Best case scenario right now is we force a 4th down, they go for it, and we get a stop. I don't think we're getting a turnover otherwise. But they're going to be far enough away now where they probably do settle for 3 if we can get a stop here. Maybe final play of the 3rd quarter. We're going to pass commit. It could very easily be a run still on 3rd and 7. And we're not even going to see a play. Going to the 4th quarter. Cool stats there, I guess. Third and goal. Please make a play. We're over the middle. It's a check down. It's a tackle made at the 3. Liberty will go for the points to make it a 2-possession game. They're not going to miss here at home. We need a touchdown. Will we even get a moment? Hey, how about a 4th down attempt? Thanks, game. 4th and 8. Game on the line, essentially. We're looking somewhere over the middle. We had to launch it deep. Rivers cannot haul it in. That's a turnover. Liberty football. And it looks like our 3rd loss of the year. Trying to shoot the gap, make a play on the backside of that thing. Can't get it done. We need a turnover. Holding them to 3 here is okay. But we scored 0 points on offense the entire game. Salter's getting the ball out so quickly. He has been intercepted twice. That at least bodes well for some of the DB recruits we're going after that really value interceptions. Salter looking to take off. We are all over it. It's a rare sack. And we do hold them to 3. I might just jump in for a drive. Tell me it's not roughing the kicker, dude. Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Liberty will get the ball on the 5-yard line. Yeah, it's the undisciplined players of the former regime. That's why we're coming in to recruit, guys that don't have their head permanently stuck up their ass. 2nd goal from the 2. Touchdown, Liberty. There's a flag. It's roughing the passer. It's going to be 24-0 Liberty. Not really given much of a chance in this one. Which, again, we weren't really expected to win, but not really given much of a chance here. Here's 2nd and 10. Great time to start a moment, I guess. Facing pressure. Jenkins on the move, gets 10. Yeah, I think we need a playbook change at some point as well. We're launching it deep. That's going to be out of bounds in the direction of Eric Rivers. It's pretty uncatchable. Is he 1 for 10 for 9 yards in this game? Good Lord. I hit A. I hit the fucking A button. How do I hit X on the way? Oh my God. Now I'm cool, calm, and collected, though. We're going to lose the game, not like it mattered. 24-7 is the final. I hit the A button. I don't know how I possibly tapped X along the way. That's frustrating. This is one of the worst QB performances in the history of ever. It's such a bad game that the QB rating is actually broken to be a great QB rating. It's literally like impossible. That's like a 99-yard touchdown every play, or even higher. It's 6,551.4 with a completion percentage of 9 yards and a pick. We didn't run the ball at all. Our running back averaged 0.8 yards per carry. This might be the worst offense in the history of the sport. And that's even going back to before they even knew about the forward pass, where like a thrilling game would end 3-0 or 6-0. They missed the extra point. We dropped to 3-3. The recruiting class is falling apart because we lost the visit week. We're going to have players transfer because we have no brand exposure. We face 1-5 UTEP. Dropping on Jimmy Arnold. However, we can finally recruit the corners again. Austin Kendricks is on the verge of committing. UCF and Cincinnati pose no threat. He will be a commit. Salam is our new focus at QB. I'm not really worried about bringing in a 4-star quarterback that, you know what, he might be okay. He's got whatever Platinum Headstrong is. I don't know what that one is. Simply no idea. But a lot of these guys we can take off the board. I mean, 85 speed, 85 throw power. Go join the military. You got no chance here. We're going to stay in there for Pena. That one doesn't look terrible. We are going to stay in there for Johnny Schmidt. That one doesn't look terrible either. Jimmy Arnold's tough because we can't sell. And I don't think there's any chance for a sway even, especially not at this point. Like, we could upgrade to a C- here if the pitch is successful. We need something really with proximity to home. Like, championship contender, maybe. And you really need 2 of the 3 is the problem. The grades are just not good enough to make this really ever make any sense. C, B- is okay, I guess. And maybe championship contender improves. I can try it. It's not good. Oh, that's 30. So the max I can do is 45 in that case, which I don't really think that that's going to be good for us. I think we just probably need to leave the 50 and hope the visit goes well, which it probably won't. So Jimmy Arnold's great. His name tells you all you need to know about how good of a player he is. Would love to get him in the class. Now, Rodney Salam is going to be an absolute 3-star steal here. 90 speed with already very good accuracy. I'm hoping the throw power is good. It looks like it could be. It might not be. But we'll jump in against UTEP. They're a beatable team. Let's rock the Vice alternates. And for the sake of everybody's eyes, I'm going to put UTEP in something other than their main uniform because they're a little bright. They're a little tough on the eyes here. So, we will hop in, try to go back above 500. We're going to El Paso to hopefully beat the UTEP Miners. We're up 7-0 already. It's a great start. 3rd and 5. We're going to pass because that's what we do here. Oh, great adjustment to the football by Owens. The throw was, I mean, not really where it needed to be, but a fantastic adjustment. It's a good route. Rivers drops the football, trying to make an adjustment before he has it. Second and 10. Quick throw. Our best bet is just throwing to the backs. Throwing to receivers is bad. Good run. Good run. Speed option. I can see that being effective here. Lead the way, Beers. And he does. Jenkins keeps it. His second touchdown of the game. We're up 14-0. At least, you know, touchdown that he contributed to. There's no safety help. We need to take a chance to Rivers over the top when that happens, but God. He has great deep route running, but can't keep any separation down the field. What is it good for? Just throw to the running backs. That's the offense. Maybe a comeback doesn't even work because we're already so wide on the field. 4 yards to Rocky Beers, who's pretty banged up. I kind of want to break the speed option back out. That was a pretty effective play. Sacked. Third and 12. Didn't really keep the eyes downfield there. We're going to take a shot on 4th down. They're going to bracket Eric Rivers. But you'd think that would leave somebody open. He just rotated the safety down. Probably want to make this the final snap of the half, or just about. Snap the ball now. Went for a check down to the running back, and nothing happens. It's totally fine. UTEP with 3. We're into the 4th quarter already. Let's win a football game. Read option. Good blocking overall. I keep wanting to lower the shoulder with Keon Jenkins here. And that's how you fumble. But we're up. We're on the verge of winning, which is nice. This is one of those teams that I do expect us to beat. They're 1-5. They're not a very good conference opponent. This is a team we need to beat every single year. No excuses. Touchdown, Keon Jenkins. Defense is playing great. Would love some interceptions. An interception here would be fantastic. Keep the corners wanting to actually help us out. They convert on 4th and 5. We're up 21-3. And they're going for it on 4th down. Turnover would be fantastic. Shot to the end zone. That's got to be a pick. Oh, God. Take the incompletion, I guess. That's the game. We win. So we'll take the win. 21-3. Shame that couldn't happen against Louisiana Tech. I'm still recording. No, Cade McConnell did throw 2 picks like that. Not like Jenkins, you know, lit it up or anything. 2 touchdowns for him on the ground. And then receiving, 37-yard catch for Eric Rivers. He is credited with a drop as well. 2 TFLs, 1 sack by Keegan Davis, 2 interceptions, Jamal Potts, and Brian Blades, who I wish would do a little bit more. But either way, it's a nice win. And we should be getting a 4-star cornerback commit as a result. Show it to me. We should be getting good news here. Here we go. Well, we didn't get a commit. So, that's interesting. I don't like where we are on Jimmy Arnold. I mean, I kind of do, but I don't. We've been passed by Ohio State, and of course, South Carolina has a lead. But 0-7 Sam Houston comes to town, and we have visitors. We do have visitors. Jimmy Arnold will be here. A blowout win might be a commit. He's got a complimentary visit with Johnny Schmidt, who probably doesn't commit with a blowout win. It would be nice if he would, but we're not really making a ton of ground there. UCF back in it for Austin Kendricks. I'm glad we put 50 on him. Oh, yeah, because of the visit thing. That's frustrating. Anyway, look okay there. A Canham, A+ for playing time, D-. Don't know if it's going to be... our grades are so bad everywhere. Like, it would have to be academic prestige, and I don't think that is one. So, we might need to get him on campus at some point. Next week could be a good time to do it, or week 14. Probably next week. So we need to create, as Georgia is making a real run at Sam Pena, we need a blowout win to have any chance for him. Otherwise, he's going to Georgia like 100%. We have 15 hours. I don't think we need to put all of our hours on Rodney Salam at this point. I'd be comfortable dropping 15 on him. That leaves us 10 for anybody else. We don't know if Brandon Atwell's any good. But we'll put him on Deontay LaBelle, sure. And then we're going to get that visit going. So week 9. Let's get a Canham on a campus next week. And this, I mean, I can't tell you how big of a visit week this ends up being. Sam Pena, there is a chance. It's a slim one, but there's a chance. Johnny Schmidt, slightly better chance. We've got a decent lead, but UNC is going to close the gap. He's got a visit in 2 weeks to Virginia Tech and in 3 weeks to UNC if we can't close this down. And then Jimmy Arnold, it needs to be a blowout win now. Otherwise, he is guaranteed to be a Gamecock. That recruitment likely ends this week anyway. They're an 80 overall and they're 0-7. Dude. I don't like that. That's kind of a high overall for a team that's 0-7. Yeah, we need a big boost on the O-line. Oh, man. I was hoping to see like a 74 overall. That would have been nice. How are they an 80? Like Vanderbilt's an 80. Blowout win. We need to win by 17. I might make a change at quarterback if it seems like that's going to be what takes us to the next level. They're going double mug. We'll see if they blitz or drop out of it. They're going to drop out of it. We're going to check down. That's what has consistently worked for us. Hitting the running back. Was it an instant interception right after that? Because we no longer have the ball. Yep. Interception by Keon Jenkins. I can't stand him. But he's also our best quarterback. I might get Amari Jones a look. Might get Amari Jones a look. Come on, defense. I mean, we were just in such a good position to take the lead. Instead, now, 0-0. Sam Houston State. in a very good position to take the lead instead. 2nd and 9. We're going to run the ball. I think we defended that as well as we absolutely could have. 3rd and 9. It's got to be a zone defense here. Please make a mistake. I think we're covering everything pretty well. Can't get the sack, though. This could go wide left. Maybe Sam Houston State kicker, very bad. Hooks it wide left. Yes, all right. Still 0-0. Big play offensively. It's a 25-yard rush by Keyshawn Owens. Amari Jones into the game. This is not like... Keon Jenkins is benched, kind of. I'm not saying that this is a permanent change. We're just going to see how it goes, right? If the offense can function a little bit better with Amari Jones, maybe he's just the starter. But I'll tell you what needs to happen is our best receiver, Eric Rivers, needs to be more of a playmaker. Good block on the edge by Miamen. Touchdown, Amari Jones. We take the lead. I need our defense to do a little bit more. Like, just force more 3-and-outs, please. You're facing 0-7 Sam Houston. Year 1 here at FIU has had its ups and downs. And there is a down. Touchdown. Bearcats. Oh my God. This defense sucks. Wide open over the middle. There's Burris. Burris with a big gainer. Amari Jones coming in and cooking a little bit. Rivers, we're going to have, he probably beats press and then doesn't stay open down the field. He didn't even beat press. Eric Rivers is kind of terrible. He's supposed to be our best player. Does nothing. Second and 17. Stepping up. Jones has just enough speed. There's Rivers with the block. Maybe all he's good for. Amari Jones also is not very fast. We're making the most of it. They're going to call intentional grounding on that. Second and 20. Can I align Rivers in a more traditional split here? You just can't run comeback routes here at FIU. It's a good ball to... I simply have no idea how to pronounce Jano Pierre. What is his first name? C apostrophe Quan? I've just never seen any of that. I think the run there was the smarter choice rather than launching it to the end zone. Probably should have thrown it there, though. 3rd and 10. The back is open. Owens. Make him miss. 4th and 1. Sam Houston calls a timeout. We are going for it on 4th and 1. We need a blowout win. It doesn't happen by kicking and taking your points. They bring another guy into the box, though, I don't like. They shed the block. They were ready to shut that down. Thankfully, it didn't happen. Owens, touchdown. All right. Good drive. Our defense needs help to start this 3rd quarter. 1st and goal, Sam Houston. Please, can we get a turnover? Okay. Forcing a throwaway at least. They're going to play hard flats. They're going to play action. I don't know where we are. It's going to be a sack. There's a big play. Got completely lost to who the user actually was there. But somebody made a play and we make another one. Starting to turn up. Keegan Davis with the sack. Now that's going to force Sam Houston to an easy kick. If they were a little closer up, maybe they actually missed this to one side. But 3 is fine. We just need to answer with a touchdown. Here we go. We have made it to the 16-yard line already. I got to figure out how we got here. Good route. It's Rocky Beers. Down to the 6. 32-yard rush by Kajon Owens got us here. J. No Pierre is pronounced No Pierre. Silent J. All right. There's a pitch. Joseph tried to spin back. We'll take 2, I guess. I like the speed option down here. It's a shame we don't have more speed. But we're cooking a little bit with Amari Jones at quarterback. There's the pitch. Tell you what, Kajon Owens, 9 for 103. Is pretty solid. I'd actually like to bounce this outside. Owens. Touchdown! I thought we were going to get a bad spot. But the ball breaks the plane. Kajon Owens continues a great game. Where are we? We have the football. Up 21-10, 2nd and 1. A good move from Joseph. Okay, I mean, this is a huge drive. To make this 28-10, we're into blowout territory. Actually, you just can't make that throw. That's a little bit too crazy. A little bit too crazy there. More makeable. Need a touchdown here, though. It's a big 3rd down. It's a 53-yarder, or we go for it and try to get it. We're going to go for it. 4th and 4. There's the slant. Complete to Burris. Let's go. We're cooking. 5 minutes to play. Eric Rivers still unfortunately useless. But Burris is not. I do think that Eric Rivers would be a lot more productive in the slot. We might consider a move to get him going. Just shield, make the catch. All right, I don't know if that's a net positive for us or not. I think we were on the 4. Speeding up, trying to get this. Up the middle. We just don't have the power back right now, but Owens is 12 for 111. Here's the pitch. Losing a ton of yards. We're going to have to take 3. That's why you don't pitch in that spot, but I just saw we didn't have the power. Ooh, this might be wide left. I weirdly adjusted it at the last second by accident. All right. That's... I mean, oh God. Whatever can go wrong so far is going wrong in FIU Dynasty. The rare miss kick. That was super weird, though. Trying to pull the football out. They're holding on. This would be a great spot for a pick six. Right now, this is just like a solid victory. But we need that blowout. It's going to be thrown over us. Sam Houston actually could take 3 here. I probably wouldn't, but it's a possibility that they could try that. Get to the QB. There's a sack. Loss of 12. He's dancing around. We had it covered there. 2nd and 22. Our safety just came up so close to the line of scrimmage. It's like they want us to fail. Third and 12. 3 minutes to go. Shot to the end zone. It's got to be an interception, and it is. Stay in the end zone. Stay in the end zone. Please. On the one. What? Dude, I hate this game. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Why are we on the 1? We've run the ball pretty well, though. I'm not that worried about a safety. But we should be on the 20. I'd like to break one here. That could be cool, too. We need a touchdown. We need a touchdown. And they're set up to stop the run here. Up the middle. We got it. This is where I actually think we beat them with the pass. We run mesh or something. One of the tight ends gets wide open to the flat. It's not pretty. We actually lose a yard. I don't actually really want to run the ball. I sure would like a pass. Deep choice is bad. Eric Rivers actually makes a tough catch in traffic. We got to figure out a way to get the yardage here. They're begging for us to throw the ball, and we can't. We're going to be forced to punt. We are on the verge of the blowout win. It's so close, yet so far. Fumble there would have been huge. Please pick 6 to end the game. Please. Please, 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 please. If I say please enough, maybe it'll happen. I hate this playbook, too. That's going to have to change. But Coach Dangus is going to get his new coordinators in. We're going to change the offensive scheme. We're going to be good to go. Please pick 6. Could even play hard flats. It's a throwaway. 3rd and 9. We're going to continue to pass commit. Good coverage down the field. Well, somewhat. I don't know if we can ask anybody to cover for 20 seconds down the field. I mean, you're looking at like a guaranteed touchdown here. And that's just not intentional grounding, I guess. CPU can't be charged with intentional grounding. We know they're not going to run the ball in this spot. They can fake it if they want to. We know it's not a run. 3rd and goal from the 3. We're playing underneath. Touchdown, Sam Houston. They're going to go for 2 as well. There they have it. It's a 3-point game now. And now all we can play for is not a close win. So we need a touchdown. "45 seconds to go." Yeah, QB Neal's really not going to be the play call, is it? Yeah, they're 0-7, but if you were paying attention, they were an 80 overall. So they're actually not very bad. That's like 3 or 4 overall points higher than we are. And we really couldn't execute at all when it mattered. I might just choose a play here. I don't trust anything. I hate this offensive playbook. Just not for me. Not comfortable at all in it. Don't really know where to go with the ball. No one seems to be open. Eric Rivers, I thought, was going to be awesome for us. Oh. 4th and 10. I mean, we just launched it into traffic there. We're going to go for it from midfield, which gives Sam Houston away right back into this game. It's going to fall incomplete. And now they've got a legitimate shot. Good stuff. There's a sack at least. A strip sack would be nice every once in a while. Like once a season would be cool to get one of those. Never happens. 2nd and 20. Yeah, could have kneeled. I don't know if I'm speaking a different language. I keep saying that. We need to not have a close win. We need to, I'm going for points to try and get, you know, the blowout win or the solid win. The convincing win. You just drill that from midfield? Are you kidding me? Well, we're going to overtime. That's crazy. Which I'm not mad about. It's year 1. I'm playing for the recruits. A close win doesn't really do much for us. I feel like most of us should kind of realize the situation. But we are headed to overtime. Yeah, I recognize like an actual coach would not do that. I totally recognize that. But we're going for the recruits. We kind of needed the blowout win. It was so close, and now we're in overtime. How funny is that? Yeah, a loss isn't ideal, but you got to risk it for the biscuit. We risked it, and now we might be handing Sam Houston their first win. Which isn't great. Our defense gets shit on every time they're on the field. And then I know if we lose, it's like, well, now look what a loss gets you. Yes, thank you. I recognize it. But a close win doesn't really accomplish much for us either. That's the thing. So, we went for it. We gave Sam Houston a way back into the game. This is the worst fucking defense I've ever used. I don't think it's close. I mean, it's like everyone's running in quicksand. Oh, man. Should have punted the ball. Can you score points on a punt? We know that. All right. Let's see if we have any way of moving the ball here. It's the same play calls that they are suggesting as usual. Maybe this time will be different. Rocket up the seam, touchdown. It's going to be roughing the passer, so it's going to stand. We're going to decline it, of course. And we need to play for a stop. A pick 6 would be great. And I'd like to win by a touchdown. Winning by 3 doesn't really do much for me. But that might end up being best case scenario at this point. But touchdown and then a pick 6 to win by 14, I guess, would be pretty cool. They had like 2 QB spies out there. That was cool. Spot dropper. It's all play action and then choice routes. Hate it. Stepping up. Sliding and getting it. We actually were able to slide even with contact being made. There's Burris. Enough speed to make this close. We'll be 2nd and 1. Not a bad idea to run the ball in these spots either. Probably should have. We could run the ball. I don't really want an RPO alert screen, though. I'm going to like inside zone here. They've got 1 linebacker. I'm very curious to see how he's going to defend this. I know he will, but I had to dance around a little bit to make that work. 1st and goal from the 2. I think we go back to inside zone. Touchdown. Pick 6 would be cool. There is part 1 of that. Owens stumbles into the end zone. We're going to be forced to go for 2. I think we've got a pretty good chance to get it with speed option. It's been a good play for us, especially down here. There's the pitch. Owens. 2-point is good. 36-28. Pick 6 here would be very cool. But our defense has been really, really bad. Check down, trying to force the ball out. They obviously need a touchdown. So we're going to either win 36-28. I mean, I guess they could score a touchdown and then not get the 2-point. But we're going to win. It's going to be like a decisive win or whatever they call it. Or, I mean, obviously they could tie it here. And we swallow that up pretty well. 4th and 3. They have no choice but to go for it. I think we turn up the heat. 4th and 3. They're going to run the ball. We're going to tackle him behind the line. There's no way. Nice. We end up winning 36-28. In the end, stupidly going for it in the 4th quarter to let them tie it ends up being the right call. We should have had a blowout win. We couldn't execute when it mattered. 3 touchdowns for Kajan Owens. Sam Houston drops to 0-8. Amari Jones maybe is the starter now. Great game for Owens on the ground. I mean, the Sam Houston defense was not very good, but our defense sucks. Ended up making some plays in the end, but really a tough game overall. Did have 1 interception in there, but the fact that we have Travion Barnes, who's an 81 overall junior linebacker with quick jump and platinum takedown, and we haven't said his name 1 time the entire series, or entire season, I think tells you all you need to know. Our defense has been pretty piss poor. We should at least be getting a 4-star corner to commit now. And he does. He's our first and maybe only committed to this class the way things are going. Austin Kendricks from Bengal, Florida. 4-star corner is great to add. We're number 1 on Johnny Schmidt. Number 1 on Cortland Adams. It was a decent visit. It could have been better. Great game for Kajan Owens. But we do get our first commit of the class. 4-star from in-state. We don't know if he's any good. We've unfortunately lost on Jimmy Arnold. The visit didn't go well enough, which means now we have no chance to get him. And he's a great player. But unfortunately, it's over. If our grades were better, we obviously had a chance. Unfortunately, we don't. I like where we are on Johnny Schmidt. The visit could have been better, but we were the clear winner against a lower tier opponent. A close win would have been way worse. So that might be the difference between landing Johnny Schmidt and not. Number 1 on Sam Pena, but it's not looking good because George is going to make a big push, and they've got him on campus in 2 weeks. We've really done all we can in that one. Taya Cannon will be on campus this week. Would be another big 4-star to add to the class. But now I think we probably transition to trying to bring in 3-stars that can help us win. There are a few that I want to wrap up these recruitments already. And we'll see if we're able to do that. But the class can still be pretty good. I think our grades are good enough there. You know, it's year 1 at FIU. I think we're doing okay. 91 acceleration, 83 speed, just not good enough. We don't need the athlete scramblers that can't play anything else when we already have a couple of quarterbacks we're going after. But we do need to look into adding some running backs. 4-stars at this point are out of the question. We will not be able to get any. So this is where 3-stars need to come in. And we could still pick up some good ones. Amari Curry, I know, is going to be just horrendous. So we need a punter. We definitely need to upgrade the O-line. But we need some running backs, man. The running back recruits haven't been very good to us so far. Don't really want a JUCO power back either. We need guys that can play. And I think we can steal CJ Rashed from the Navy. Joey Wentz. Is Joey Wentz an MLB infielder? For like the Rays? Sure sounds familiar. But his name is, it's close. It doesn't feel quite right. But here we go. Yeah, Joey Wendell. Joey Wendell. I knew it wasn't quite right. I have his face in my mind, but I couldn't remember Wendell. We got a night game at FIU here at Pitbull Stadium. Get your claws up or whatever. Oh, God. And we're down 7-0 to New Mexico State. No, he's not a pitcher. He's a third baseman. Jenkins in a quarterback. I think we are going to officially make that change. We're going to hand the offense over to Amari Jones. Unless there's an injury. Just feel a little bit better with him out there for the most part. Just can't drop that. Can't drop that. I think we do go for it, though. 4th and 5 from the 31. A blowout win less important here today, as we're going to get sacked by Cale Edwards, but it still would be nice. We do have a big visitor in attendance. I think we're looking pretty good on that recruitment as it is. But we turned down 3 points, which you think we easily could have got. Good coverage, though. Defense does the job. And we've lost the ball. Man. We are a bad team. Good stop. I imagine they go for it here. 4th and short. They're actually going to try a kick. No fake. And wide right. All right. Keep things at, well, it's 14-0 now. Never mind. Oh, this team is so bad. At least we moved the chains. Our 4th first down of the game. New Mexico State has 3 and a 14-0 lead. I guess it could have been 14-3. I guess we'll kick it here. It's a 41-yarder. Oh, man. This one might end up being a pretty tough one. I'll say that. Man coverage. We've blitzed seldomly so far in this series. I don't know how we're going to be able to play in man coverage, though. And this is why we don't blitz. You leave one-on-one with shit defenders at the back end. Touchdown Aggies. And we are down 21-3. Looking for somewhere to go with the ball. Looks like a run's going to be our best bet. It's just tough when every suggestion is just like all go. Just, hey, 4 verts, 5 verts even. Don't really feel comfortable throwing to any of these guys. A little bit of room to run, though. There goes Amari Jones. With the wide splits, I feel like that's our best bet, is just scrambling. I don't like any of these options. It's going to be intercepted. I tried to switch on and work back to the ball. That doesn't really let you. I don't know why I always forget that. Brutal game so far for us. It seems like whenever there are visitors, we play our worst football. That's always good. Catch is actually made. Yeah, I hate this playbook. We're gonna end up making a change after this season, but it's been tough. I'm just not very comfortable with a lot of these plays, which actually I don't really see anyone open it almost ever. It's just a lot of choice routes, and I feel like these receivers are typically not open. But we're actually ending the 3rd quarter in style here. We got a touchdown. We're knocking on the door, potentially about to get another. Can't turn over the ball in this spot. And the fact that we can't score is just insane there. It'd be really tough to run the ball here. Nope, we got in. All right. Owens sneaks right in. We are down by, what, 4? Down by 3. We went for 2, I guess. 21-18. Oh, thank God that got dropped. That was some real BS that almost transpired. We're actually looking pretty good to get a win here. Things could be a lot worse. Owens now has 60. Just this is like half the plays that we run. I don't like this play. It's one of our best runs is 5 yards. Rivers actually has a step. We're going to take a chance. There goes Eric Rivers. He finally wins down the field. It's worked so few times this year. There's a flag. It's going to be a hold, most likely. So that's going to really hurt our chances of scoring a touchdown now. It becomes 1st and goal on the 14 as opposed to a touchdown. Open over the middle. Got some of it back with Burris. 2nd and goal. Let's score before the 2-minute timeout. We're not going to be able to burn enough time. Otherwise, give us a block. Okay. Amari Jones, touchdown. 2 minutes left to play. New Mexico State can stop the clock 4 times with the 2-minute timeout. And that's got to be an interception. Easy reads. We jump it. Anderson Taylor. What's an easy read? The Very Hungry Caterpillar. We're very hungry for interceptions. We got to lock in. Another touchdown here would be awesome. Can't really believe we have the ball back. Joseph, please turn this into a touchdown. There's the spin. And we're in. Touchdown, Joseph. Let's go, defense. 4th and 4. Very obviously going to be a pass, I would say. Oh, wide open. He's just shrugging off those tackles. It's another 4th down. Anderson Taylor on fire, and for good reason. There's another one. Easy reads. The giving tree. As their quarterback just gave another one away. I mean, why are you challenging me, son? 50 seconds to go. Oh, what a tackle. Blowout win on the table, by the way. Right? Can one of our receivers win on the outside? I don't think they're going to be ready for it. We're going to have our backs stay in the block. I don't know what Owens is going to do, but we're going to have 2 routes out on the field. And we still can't block? It was max protect. 88 picked up nobody. The running backs helped with nobody. But that's not their fault. It's 88. Completely screwed us. What if they're routes this time? Just got to get it out. Incomplete. We will punt this time around. We don't need the blowout win that badly. But we didn't really waste New Mexico State timeouts. Pretty good punt, though. That's going to end up being the game. Don't think New Mexico State has any chance in this one. And that'll be it. 32-21 is your final after 22 in the 4th quarter. We improved to 6-3. I guess I'm being a little bit negative because of how the recruitments of the really, like, top-tier players have gone, which we lost big games with players on campus. I mean, like, what are you going to do? That is, that's going to kill you. Or we didn't get blowout wins when we needed to, right? And even then, it might not have been enough. Better game all around. I think our defense played their best game of the season, especially in that second half. And we are officially bowl eligible. That's always nice. We have 20 coach points here. And Johnny Schmidt is not going to commit after this week. Virginia Tech, I think, could come out of nowhere and steal him away. But getting a solid win there with Ty Canham on campus, I think is really going to help us out. So, let's see if there's any good news. I'm expecting no new commits, but this next week following will be pretty important. We're definitely going to find out about a number of these guys, as we're locked out on Javier Session, who we just added to the board. Didn't really have any points to throw on him, so that's just kind of how that goes. We do have a lot more hours now. 20 back. Schmidt's going to be close. My fear is that it takes 2 more weeks, and then UNC steals him away. Georgia and FSU making a real big push for Sam Pena, but he was just on campus at Georgia and didn't really get a big boost. So maybe we can hold on. Although, I find it unlikely. There is a chance, though. Looking okay on Cortland Adams. Got a big boost for a Canham. I think that will solidify him in the class. Getting another 4-star top 50 player would be great here in year 1. So really can't get too mad about that. And then there are a bunch of 3-stars here down the board that I guess we probably should try and go after. But for Soliday, I imagine we're going to get locked out. Bethel maybe as well. We don't really have the points to spend on these guys right now. We only have 20, and it's not like I can take them away from pretty much anybody. Maybe, you know, in some places, but I want to try and get some of these guys committed. We're obviously not going to finish with near a top 5 recruiting class, but it's going to end up being okay here for a year 1 class. I think we also got a little bit unlucky with the players that were available. You know, like all the 5-stars pretty much off the rip wouldn't even consider us. And sometimes that's just the way that goes. But I think we can stop going after Rodney Salam so much. I guess LSU could make a late push and make me really upset. And that's a really important recruit, but I'm okay. We have 55 hours. Maybe we can get in on Marvin Soliday. We'll put all of our points in and maybe try to bring him in. Everybody else, you know, I think we actually don't need to invest many points in right now. We actually just have a good chance to get them. So it's going to end up being a class of like 15 to 20. There's plenty of time to recruit in the offseason. Do we want to do anything with upgrading coach skills? We could put more hours on the receivers. Let's try that. That makes us a recruiter right now. I do want to lean back into a motivator. So we'll try to do that sometime here in the near future. And we're also going to make that change at quarterback to put who has earned the starting job at this point. I think Amari Jones has absolutely outplayed Keon Jenkins at quarterback. So he will be QB2. Now, the overall discrepancy might really affect us in sim, and it's already not very good. We'll have to see how that goes. But we are 6-3, got a late season bye, and we're ready for week 12. As we do land a 5-star. I didn't think it was going to happen this week, but it did. From Sumter, South Carolina, we land a 5-star right tackle, Johnny Schmidt. Nice. Virginia Tech did make a big jump up, but that is a big, big player to get. And that's, I mean, emphasis on his size. He's 6'4", 303 pounds. Should be a great player on the edge of the offensive line for us. And Sam Pena, it's going to be a battle against Georgia. It's going to be a battle. I should have added more hours to him when I just bought that package, but I did it and then forgot about it. And that might end up being the difference, which is, again, super frustrating. But kind of how that goes. Sometimes you forget, and hopefully it doesn't end up coming back to bite us. D-, A-, D. We just have to keep sending the house. Do probably want Cortland Adams on a visit. That, I think, solidifies another 4-star. A&M's making a push. Don't really want to mess with that. Taya Canham, I think, is another 4-star that should be in the class. And are we locked out? On Martin Ruse, that's fine. For Soliday, we jump up in a really good spot. We're going to be out on Bethel, probably. We will need a punter at some point. Don't really need to go after the receivers too much. Let's offer a scholarship to Sinilau Young. And we'll get ready for week 12 against Jacksonville State. Probably our future playbook. They're 5-4, but they have not lost in the conference. As a 75 overall, this is a team who could cause us some problems. Jacksonville State often ends up getting pretty good. We see them in the college football playoff and other dynasties all the time. This could end up being a pretty tough game. We'll see. It's going to start by actually being effective on offense. They've got a safety hiding in the logo. I need to not forget about that. On the move with Jones, being pursued on the back end. He ends up getting 4. Morvin Joseph makes the tackle. 2nd and 6. Just, I didn't really like anything. They were pressuring us. Needed to get rid of the ball. We did, but no positive play there. That safety's hiding in the logo. It is tough to see him for me. Sacked. Probably just need to let one of those rip and hope that we make a catch in traffic and it's not jumped and intercepted. Because a punt, I mean, doesn't really do a lot for us. J-Rock Swain, of course. College football is fun for names. You see some interesting ones. I don't know many J-Rocks. I mean, I've watched Trailer Park Boys, but here's 3rd and 5. Showing pressure. Quarterback got rid of it quickly. It'll be a first down for the Gamecocks. I love our defense to perform better. That's why I talk about, you know, thank you for allowing us TFL. What do you have, money on the game? But that's why I keep saying we need to recruit defense, because the guys we have in here, they're so slow. They lack strength. Like, that can't ever be a touchdown. It can't be, yet it is. Down 7-0. This has the makings of a scramble all over it. They left the right side of the field wide open. Amari Jones gets real close. Second and inches, need Joseph to get this here. He will, and he'll walk in. Met at the goal line, but touchdown. We're going to be tied. Just need our defense to do anything. I wish I felt comfortable in man coverage, but I really don't with this group of players. We just get exposed. Tried to bat that down. Their receivers actually do work back to the football, and it's a touchdown. Playing defense on Heisman, regardless of the opponent, is difficult. You just don't have the talent. Look at Rocky Beers go, though. Would love Burris on this post. Let's see how they defend it. They're going to give us a lane to run. We're going to get a couple blocks. Amari Jones approaching 50 yards. I can't wait for a faster quarterback. But again, our offense will change. So, but still, in general, I just can't wait for a faster QB. Lead blocker for Amari Jones, who's now over 60. Like, we've got options to pass the ball, but just the scramble can be so effective because these wide splits just space the entire field out. Nice catch there from Eric Rivers. Trying to buy time to hit the check down. Owens with a nice jump cut. Jukes him out in the open field. We rip this over the head of the linebacker to Matthews? I don't think so. We can, however, step up, lower the shoulder, and find the end zone. Touchdown, Amari Jones. And our defense needs help. Because, of course, they do. Clock is ticking, though. Yes, there was a receiver in the area. 14-14. I'd love a turnover. Always would, but they don't happen very often. Looks like they're likely going to end with 3 here. They're just going to take 3 now on 3rd down. Okay, with 10 seconds left. They have no timeouts, I guess, so. All right. Right down the middle. No way. Would you even decline this, though? Roughing the kicker, this game's crazy. They decline it. They take the points. 7 seconds. Got a decent return here. We had a great return from Law. Thanks for declining it. Kickoff return touchdown to end the first half. We saw good blocking all the way. Burst up the middle. Touchdown. What a way to end the first half. 21-17. He is above the law. Laying down the law. Our great kickoff return man. Law with the touchdown. Speed option did not work. It's a 55-yarder. On the road. With a little bit of wind. I think it's makeable. Stadium's not going crazy. This is makeable. What can I say? He's pretty good at this whole kicking thing. Excuse the miss from earlier. That one was, it was a weird miss earlier. I don't really think that was a skill issue. Just moved it at the last second late. But big kick, 24-17. That's great coverage on that route. And it's a check down, 4th and 3. They probably punt here. We're going to jump in for this drive to start the 4th quarter. 2nd and 8. Let's run the ball. No! You got to hold up for a second longer, and it's a big gain. Might run the ball on 3rd and 8, to be honest. I know that seems crazy, but they just were not ready to defend the run. So that's exactly what we did. Joseph gets the give. Great blocking. I do think the playbook's terrible, but I think we could be successful if we got more talent. That's going to be picked. Yep, that's going to be picked. I thought it was there. It probably wasn't. And that's going to be a big turnover. But we got the ball right back after a punt. I mean, we ever rip Burris up the seam here? I don't think so. We do have time, though. Looking for somewhere to go with the ball. I don't know the buttons. Still going, Jones. Oh, my goodness. Somehow we get a first down at that, or after all that. Jones taking off again. He's approaching 100 yards rushing. I kind of want to get it at this point. We are right there. 97 yards rushing. That's the 2-minute timeout. I should have just hit X to throw to Rivers because I saw the star, even though I couldn't see his button. Owens touchdown. I did see that he was open. I should have just known it was X and ripped it. Big touchdown on the ground, though. Show pressure. How are they blocking this? Good defense, though. It's going to be a blowout win here on the road. 13 seconds to go. You know what? Let's get Amari Jones his 100. Amari Jones. Over the century mark. Timeout, Jacksonville State. Do you want this to look worse? We can make it look worse. Touchdown, Burris. Thanks for the timeout. Your final will be 38-17. Can't do this at home, though, but I thought this Jacksonville State was going to be tough. We hand them their first loss of the year. Amari Jones with a great game. Did throw the dumb pick. That was on me. He was over 100 yards rushing and a touchdown, as was Lexington Joseph. Owens with a score. Receiving. I don't think we've had a 100-yard receiver yet, but maybe soon. TFL for Eddie Walls, 1 sack for Travion Barnes, no picks in this game. We improved to 7-3. Overall, not too bad of a year one. Georgia has overtaken us for Sam Pena. It was a good try, but in the end, at the last minute, we will lose the 5-star to either Georgia or Florida State. I guess could come in and pass us as well. But I think it's going to be over. I think it's going to be over there. Canham's very close. Cortland Adams, I would hope, is going to be close to committing as well. Again, we have that visit scheduled for week 14 if A&M tries to make a run. Our focus shifts to the 3-stars. And, I mean, I think that's okay. We have points to go after these guys. Might be able to just sprinkle 10 here. I'm not that interested in the receiver, to be honest, but we could maybe use a tight end. We definitely need more in the way of athletic linebackers. Some of those guys are going to commit pretty soon, though. Hopefully these guys can actually move. I think Deontay LaBelle, as an athlete run stopper, will be able to. I'm hoping it's going to be a similar story for Tay Boone and Sidney Thomas. We shall see. Our grades are good enough to sell on Sidney Thomas, so we'll do that. And looking okay everywhere else. It's just, you know, got to ride these out. Getting Cortland Adams would be huge. The rest is just going to be 3-stars. I like a Canham. We need a lot more on the O-line. And we're getting pretty late in the cycle to be recruiting offensive linemen. The O-linemen make their decisions pretty early. I guess there are some guys that are still considering us. I mean, I guess we have a chance here. Throw some of these guys on the board. All right. We can still bring in some good 3-star offensive linemen. We're going to need to start throwing points down on them now. So we're going to have to rearrange our points and go heavier into the O-line just because I think it's a lot more important. These guys are all making their decisions, but I like the fact that they're athlete, agile players available. Those guys always work really well as defensive tackles even. So there are some really good ones still on the board. There are a lot of centers, and those guys can kind of move around a little bit. Okay. We're going to have to rearrange our points a little bit, and we're going to get 65 back by getting rid of Sam Pena. That's a tough one. We brought it to the end, but just got to cut our losses. We're not going to win that one, unfortunately. Does get us 70 hours back, though. Not interested in a JUCO player. This guy looks kind of awesome at first glance. Could be worth pursuing. I have to put 50 hours on him. Otherwise, I think Army runs away with that. And Marquez Chun, maybe throw 10 on him. A lot of centers. I want some points for Cortez Speaks. Still good on Salam. We need some of these guys to commit. But, I mean, the meters are moving so slowly. And I just really don't want to be putting 50 down on them. It's just so many points. But, all right. We will be building the class with 3-stars. And I guess a lot of centers. I guess center is going to be the way we do it. Still 50 on Soliday. That seems kind of crazy, but that's what we're doing right now. McKillop. Thomas, I guess, is good. No one's going after these linebackers. It's kind of crazy. But we can put an extra set of points there on the center. Just want to put something there. On the ones that are about to lock us out. We're approaching the end of the year. I think recruiting has gone okay. Kennesaw State should be a team that we beat fairly easily. They're bad. They're 73 overall. It's one of the worst teams that we've played. We're going to throw them in the all-yellow. And I think what actually would look best against that is the Biscayne Blue alternates, even on the road. We're winning games. We are bowl eligible. We're starting to really find our groove offensively. This is a big one. Just to keep this winning streak alive, we head to Kennesaw State. in this high school field they have going on. There are 11 people here. Here's 3rd and 6. Rivers runs away instantly, but there was safety help, so we're going to play for 4-down territory. They punted in sim. Okay. We get the ball back, though. Like, this is where I feel like Owens, I feel like the wheel could eat. Let's get the ball out. That could be a play that we really, really run a lot. We're finding it kind of late into the year, but if we can go wide splits and just get the running back in space against a linebacker guaranteed, get a drop. That's a pretty good spot to be. Throwing on the run into the end zone for Beers. Rocky Beers. I wish we had like 2 Beers, Stone Cold Steve Austin, crash them together here for the touchdown. That's his first touchdown of the year. 3rd and 4. We're in man coverage. Can we get to the quarterback? We're running in slow motion. Oh my God. Michael Benefield wasn't doing this when I was at Kennesaw State with Colby Spencer in the Road to Glory series, I'll tell you that. He made a couple plays, though. How does our entire O-line have quick drop? That's crazy. How come their quarterbacks never fumble? Put the ball on the ground, please. There's pressure. We just, with our speed and acceleration, we struggle to get the opposing quarterback on the ground. We're up 7-3, though. Excuse me, my fault. We're actually up 14-3, though. No pick. I thought he went on the slant. You trust your guy to make a play, and he sucks. I don't know what you're going to do. But are we up 14-3? Hold on. Dude, you guys thought we weren't up 14-3? That's funny. That's funny, you guys. Because we are. Now we're up 14-9. They have the ball 4th quarter. Nice throw. As we had Eric Rivers for a big touchdown. There's a sack. Elijah Anderson-Taylor blitzing from that linebacker spot. And we're going to try to put this one away. Touchdown effectively ends the game. Rocky Beers drops it. It's a 56-yarder. That's a lot of yards. I think we try to go for it and get it. That's just an insane play to really stop a running back who's completely wide open. Good angle, good play. Kennesaw State still in it. Oh, we're not going to cover at this point of the game. We kind of stopped doing that, I guess. We're about to lose to Kennesaw State. It's not great. But we don't have to. We can make a play. Okay. We'll take that. Come on. Somebody make a play. We're not going to press. We don't have the players for that. Fumble! Please jump on it. Kennesaw State recovers. He might have been down anyway. We don't need a review. It doesn't change anything. 3 minutes to play. This is a classic spot for an Anderson-Taylor pick. Davis Bryson's kind of ripped us apart today. 192 through the air, touchdown. What do we do to stop them from being wide open every play? I wish I knew. Good run stop, though. They've been passing the ball so effectively, and they decide to run the ball on 3rd and 3 in that spot. Sets up 4th and 3. Evans with the game-sealing pick, maybe. Nope, they go to the flat. We didn't have it covered. That is the 2-minute timeout. Kennesaw State needs a touchdown. They might trick themselves into thinking there's enough time. Maybe they only go for 3, and then they have 3 timeouts. But I think they're going to probably play for 6 here. I'd love to bring this quarterback down in the backfield. Good coverage. We're going to blitz again. We're going to show it. Oh, my God. Broken tackle, touchdown, Kennesaw State. All right, ball's in our court. 1:37 to play. Throw on the run. We're going to find no Pierre. What a play by Amari Jones. 1:30 now. Stepping up. Sliding because it's smart. $119. We're actually moving the ball very quickly. They're blitzing. Nothing up the middle. We don't have the speed to take advantage of it. I think we just flatten this out. Burris is open. Gets hit. Oh, that's a fumble animation. We only need 3. As you can imagine, would prefer 7. It's a decent run. Don't want to lose to Kennesaw State here, but we knew as soon as they started moving the ball on offense that they were going to take the lead. Getting on the move, Amari Jones, good run. Just over 30 seconds to play here. It's been a great drive. I think this just stays with the running back no matter what. Good block. Just over 20 seconds now. We maybe should have called a timeout. I'm trying so desperately to snap the ball. They will not do it. Fighting the end zone down at the 1. I actually don't mind how we've played this. 3rd and goal on the 1. Can we beat them on the sneak? I don't think so. They're really packing the line there. We're going to try a run. And we're going to get it. Lawrence walks in. We take the lead inside 10 seconds. That should be the game. They have 4 seconds. Everybody back. Final play of the game. We got pressure. Here's a shot down the field. No chance. It's intercepted by Potts. Just go out of bounds. That's the game. 21-17. We walk out of here with a close win over 4-6. Now 4-7 Kennesaw State as 000s hit the clock. Whew. 8-3. We are quickly approaching double-digit wins. Amari Jones, 220 through the air. A couple of touchdowns. Ran the ball well enough. Shamari Lawrence ends up winning the game for us. Shamari Lawrence made a couple nice plays for us. Eric Rivers, approaching 100 yards, ends up 3 yards shy of the century mark. And then defensively, a couple tackles for loss, only 1 sack in this game and a pick for Jamal Potts. Our defense was not very good. Yes, they only allowed 17. Kennesaw State is terrible. So I don't know if that's good to say only 17. It's Kennesaw State. You got to put that into perspective. But either way, it is a win. Our 8th of the year and new commit, hopefully. It's Ty Canham, a 4-star end from Orem, Utah. Locked out on Marquez Chun and Isaac Greeny, but into the mix there on Eric Awesome. The Cats pumped up about a new commit. But we do have a visit here against Middle Tennessee State. It will be Cortland Adams. If we get a big-time win, I think it's like a guaranteed commit from Cortland Adams. And then we add 2 4-star corners in this class. No idea if they're good, but you got to admit 4-star corner does sound good, if nothing else. Grades here are horrendous. 75 hours to just throw an offensive lineman down the board here. And we're going to leave the 50 on Awesome. I don't really need to go after a tight end in a big way. Same about a punter. Yeah, we look pretty good here. It's not going to be the best recruiting class of all time. I think that goes without saying. But it's going to end up being a fairly solid, good class overall. There's Jason John. They love the 2 first names in College Football 25. Throw 5 on these bottom guys. And if we could bring in 10 offensive linemen in year 1, that's actually pretty good. We'll get ready for week 14. We can pretty much guarantee a 4-star cornerback will commit with a blowout win. We've won 5 in a row. We have so few games left on the schedule here. As you can see, it's actually the final game of the year. A noon kickoff against the Blue Raiders. Let's end in style. 6 in a row. And also, we've got a chance here to make a conference championship. We need to win. We need one of Jacksonville State, Liberty, Western Kentucky. We need a loss in front of us. That's for sure. So there are a lot of things that need to happen. Jacksonville State is playing Western Kentucky, so we can guarantee one of those teams lose. Who is the other team? Jacksonville State, Western Kentucky, and Liberty. Who does Liberty play? Hopefully somebody that can beat them. It's going to be in the conference. Sam Houston. It doesn't look great. Very even-looking matchup. We are rated slightly better than they are. Do I get crazy here? I think we're going to be not so crazy. I think this is just kind of a cool look. Get the Sun Blazers helmet in there. It doesn't look as cool in Navy, unfortunately. But final regular season game of the year. There will be a bowl game. There could be a conference championship game here in year 1, but it's unlikely. It's unlikely. Get your paws up. Plaza, whatever they say. I don't know. Let's finish the year in style. Even if we don't make a conference championship, we have a chance to win double-digit games in year 1. Should be a really nice milestone. It's quite possible. That's just such a great throw. Amari Jones to Eric Rivers. When things work out the way I actually envision, it's a beautiful thing. Often it doesn't, unfortunately. I was too afraid to throw the ball there. I'll tell you that. We'll take 5. Just all vertical routes. We'll hit the check down. Joseph have enough speed to run away. More than enough speed to run away. And the offense, it's moving the ball a little bit here. In unusual ways, but we're moving. Look at Rocky Beers powering for the first. I'd love to have the time to take a deep shot here. Nah, it's just not there. RB was working open. I don't know how we would have got to him. And that could be a drive killer. I don't get why that is thrown there. There was potential. I mean, it was wide open when we tried to throw it. Rip that up the seam to no Pierre. I don't know why that was their coverage in that spot. I'm not complaining. Receiver in motion. There's a running back. Joseph, we're going to hit him. There's the spin move. I'll never stop spinning. Lexington Joseph, 2 for 26 already. Not really running the ball very much, but we don't have to be. Throwaway there is the smart move. We're going to try to run the ball on 2nd and goal from the 6. I just don't like the box right now. They have 5 on the line, 2 linebackers. The safeties are close enough to make a play. I just don't know how, like, well that can possibly go for us. I think we're better off trying to throw the ball and, you know, space the field. On the run, and what a play from the DB to get a hand up and stop a touchdown. We're going to see what they line up in. Okay. I think we have a decent chance for a touchdown here. On the move, Amari Jones walks in. Nice. Way to take the lead, and we got the ball right back. Fumble recovery, and then a 21-yard throw to Eric Rivers. Puts us on the 3-yard line. Owens trying to throw a touchdown pass from Wildcat. Touch pass, touchdown. All right, I mean, we have a 4-star corner watching this game. He just watched another interception. There's Brian Blades on the verge of making this 21-3 in the first half. Would have been a nice catch. Can't really rely on our receivers to make those tough catches, unfortunately. Nowhere to run. See, this is where I want Joseph on a wheel, and we just, like, hit him no matter what. Beers hopefully grabs the attention of the mic. He didn't. Pressure, but no one remembers that Amari Jones can move a little bit. He walks in for another touchdown. And we get the ball back. 21-10. 2-minute offense. Didn't love everybody there. A maybe was our best bet over the middle. I wish I could just sit in the pocket and trust my receivers to get open and my offensive line to block for me, but oh, geez, it's going to be a pick. I thought he was going to run with the cross. We'll save a touchdown, but Middle Tennessee State right back in it now. Just can't make those mistakes. I thought it was going to be absolutely wide open. We can erase that mistake with a touchdown, so it's not really the end of the world. But if we don't get a touchdown, then all right. Things start to look a little bit worse here. Work back to the ball, please. Burris makes the catch. Burris, touchdown. It could have looked prettier. Could have looked prettier. But the result's the same. Long touchdown down the field. And our defense keeps Middle Tennessee out of it. It is 28-20, though. Touchdown and a 2-point conversion ties the game. We got to keep them away. We recognize play action. They still managed to block that somehow. I don't know how. Need a turnover. We rarely get them whenever I ask for them. And that stays true. Blades can't jump the route. And now it's 29-28, and our defense needs help. What are you talking about? How? My ZZ Top. The end zone is wide open. How has this happened? I'm telling you, this playbook does not simulate well, regardless of talent. There's a sack. Keegan Davis got there. Back them out of field goal range, please. I wish when I move my linebackers up, there's a sack. They would actually stay where I put them. Switch stick puts me in a terrible spot. This is a missable kick. It's a 53-yard field goal. And it is wide left. We're going to take over. 3:34 to play. Got to make this the final drive of the game. We only need 3. I'd prefer a touchdown, I think. Obviously. Oh, and 7 for 18. I guess their run D has been tremendous. Third and 1 is good. Not mad about that. This sweep has been an effective play for us every time we run it. If we had more burst, I can only dream of what that could have been. That is the 2-minute timeout. Gonna turn shoe clock off momentarily. I just don't want to be at like 120 on the 48-yard line. On the move. I think we take off with Amari Owens. He's got plenty of space. Tried to slide. I thought about a spin move. Should have just gone down earlier. Here we go. Owens up the middle. Wide open. Good run. Always manipulating the clock in your favor. Yeah. That's what you want to do. Football is a clock management game. As much as it's anything else, it's a clock management game. It's kind of the whole point. 1:14 to play. They've got a spy. We're going to challenge him anyway. Oh, the ball came loose. We recover it, thankfully. Timeout, Middle Tennessee. That was nearly terrible. 3rd and 1. There we go. Changing setting mid-game. It's a coach adjustment. It's not a game setting. You know what turning on shoe clock does? I don't know if there's a masterful troll or you're an idiot, but it just saves you time where you don't have to wait for the clock to go down 35 seconds. It'll simulate it. I don't know if that's a real comment. Anyway, we'll run the ball. Looking for space. Didn't really want to find too much of it. Inside 30 seconds. Great time for QB blast. We'll just walk in. It's inside 20 seconds. I don't think they're going to be able to come back. 34-29. Of course, we're going to go for 2 here. Might run QB blast again. See if we can block it. Or block for it. Not really. Jones made a great effort. Not great enough. 19 seconds on the clock. We've got a chance for double-digit wins here. Not with this game, obviously, but winning this game, final regular season game, and then the bowl game for double-digit. You got a chance here. 19 seconds is what we need to hold on for. Quarterback making a move. We force a throw away. Thought he might have been over the line. Everyone get back. Okay. Evans didn't. We're going to manually take care of that. Good pressure. It's another throwaway. I guess that's not intentional grounding either. 3rd and 10. Like, how do we get my linebackers to stay up? Christian brings down the quarterback, our 5th sack of the game. Thanks for playing. Get home safe. We win our 9th game of the year here in year 1. Not the best performance for us in the second half, just 6 points, but our defense played well enough to get the win. We need to find an actual quarterback probably, but Amari Jones has done a fine job as a sophomore. 3 touchdowns for him on the ground in this one. And receiving, not really much to talk about. Burris with a touchdown. And defensively, a couple TFLs for Keegan Davis, 2 sacks for Jeremy Passmore, Christian with 1, Davis, Dravion Barnes with 1, and the 1 pick, of course, for Brian Blades. All in all, it was a pretty good year, I would say. Pretty good start to FIU Dynasty. And we do end up leveling up. I think that should solidify us getting the 4-star corner. I'm pretty sure it will. I do think I want to lean back in a motivator, though. I don't think you get any points somehow for signing 4 stars. Kind of weird, but I don't think you do. But that should make us a motivator again very soon. We spent what here? 7. And a motivator we spent 6. It's okay. Be a motivator now. Spent 40 points there overall. I guess 45 and to buy it, I guess. All right. So, back to motivator. 0 points, but that's okay. We'll find out if we're making the conference championship game or not. I think it's highly unlikely, but there's a possibility. Kind of just need Liberty to lose, but their matchup was so favorable that I don't think it happens. Our brand exposure is up to a D now. That's not very good, but we win 9 games. Cortland Adams got a nice little boost there from the visit with a close game against a lower tier opponent. That part wasn't great, but I think we're going to be able to hold off A&M. I think we're going to be able to hold them off. Could end up being a little bit weird, but I mostly feel pretty good about it. These other recruitments are going fairly well. Probably need to throw some more points down on them. But I like where we are. Going big into the offensive line here. And if we bring in like 10 3-star offensive linemen, some of them are going to develop, surely. So I feel pretty good about that. B+, D-, D-, man, just not good. Going to be tough to hold off Pitt, I imagine. We'll see how that ends up going. We're going to end up getting some points back here in the near future. B-, A+, D, I think, is good enough for a hard sell. So we'll do that on Jaron Fiedler. Would be nice to get a 4-star quarterback in the class, whether he ends up starting or not. I think it will end up being Rodney Salam. He looks awesome. 87 short accuracy, 86 medium, 90 speed. His throw power, just be above 90, and we're going to be good. I don't think anyone makes a run here late. Conference standings. We move up to number 3. Western Kentucky beats Jacksonville State, and Liberty beats Sam Houston. So we are out of the Conference USA title contention. But that's all right. It was a pretty good year 1. I think we're set up to win the conference next year. I don't think we're losing a ton of our top talent. And saying top talent kind of sounds funny because they're bad. However, Alex Thorne and Charles Clement are both master motivators. Probably don't want to fire those guys here in year 1. So we're going to keep them around. I think having all master motivator coordinators and a motivator head coach is going to be really good for us. So we're going to leave those guys where they are. And we'll get ready for our bowl matchup. As we do land Cortland Adams, 4-star corner from Dallas. That's a big get for us. 2 4-star corners in this class. I mean, regardless of what you think of the class in general as Dylan Gabriel wins the Heisman, we end up we end up with a 5-star tackle, 2 4-star corners, a 4-star defensive end, and in the New Mexico Bowl in Albuquerque, we'll be taking on Ashton Jeanty and the Boise State Broncos. Kind of a tough draw for us here in year one to get double-digit wins. I think, and call me crazy here, I think stopping Ashton Jeanty could be a problem. Our quarterback stats, it's not like Amari Jones really outperformed Keon Jenkins. He might even want to end up transferring. Have to see what happens with that. But, yeah, pretty poor numbers overall. Kind of had a 2-quarterback system. Amari ended up taking over, of course. Ran the ball okay. I think if we had more talent and a better offensive line, we'd see better results. Eric Rivers was our leading receiver by 1 yard and 1 touchdown. Burris had the most catches, but our offense really struggled to do much. And our defense really didn't do much either. Pretty much no pressure. We did end up with a handful of interceptions as a team, but there really aren't that many standouts to talk about, unfortunately. Oregon beats Ohio State in the Big Ten Championship. And this is what the CFP bracket ends up looking like. Liberty in as the 12 seed. That would have been us with a slightly better schedule. If we beat Liberty, that's us. That's really what it comes down to. Early National Signing Day. See our dev traits. Johnny Schmidt with star development and platinum quick drop already. Normal for Austin Kendricks kind of sucks. And Cortland Adams, both corners. And a Canham. Normal dev for all of our 4 stars. That's something. We have nobody else in the class right now. Obviously trying to change that, but definitely a little disappointing. Now, normal dev is not the end-all, be-all, as we're really trying to hold off Pitt. They're going to end up taking the lead and getting Marvin Soliday. Can't really do anything about that. I mean, maybe we could. Can we buy the one right now where we don't have the points? Otherwise, we could have bought the one potentially where running backs get a bigger boost. We would need 10, though. And I don't think we're going to be able to do that. And even if we did, I don't want to lose Motivator. So, unfortunately, we're just going to have to keep that. We're going to keep our coordinators, of course. Just wanted to make sure they didn't leave. And we'll get ready to play Boise State for the New Mexico Bowl. They're only an 82 overall. We're going to go with the Vice. And for Boise State, I kind of like the orange uniforms. So I think we're going to throw them in those. They're vibrant, but I like it. Will we be able to stop Ashton Jeanty? I don't think I've ever played Jeanty outside of Nevada Dynasty, maybe. And I don't even remember facing him in Nevada Dynasty. It almost feels like we never played him. But I guess we must have, right? Either way, I imagine there are no bowl opt-outs here, and our defense needs help. Boise State went 8-4. There is big number 2 in the backfield. He's only 5'9", but he's 215 pounds. Built sturdy. He's going to be a problem. Although, maybe not. He does have 3 rushes for 29 yards after being stopped for a loss, though. So, I think maybe. Will they be able to throw, though? They're just going to run. One way or another, it's staying on the ground. Is Maddox really that big of a problem? Floater. Out of bounds. And they will try a kick. We're not going to try to block this. It's going to be roughing the kicker. Kick is good, though. And we'll see if our offense can do anything. Nope. And our defense needs help after an interception. So it's going to quickly be like 17-0. Jeanty out of the backfield, touchdown. Yeah, Jeanty is surely a 99 overall. We have a chance here offensively. 3rd and 3. Was hoping Rivers was going to get open. He didn't. And I guess on 4th and 9, we'll try a kick. Got a little bit of wind going for us. We'll play to the wind. And that should be good. And it is. We're down 17-3. I'm going to say, yep. I'm going to say we're not going to be able to stop Genty the entire game. And they're just going to keep running the ball, and we're going to keep not being able to stop it. I don't think we're going to be able to score quickly enough to have it even make a difference. I hate to be so negative, but, like, what are we going to do? We don't have anyone on the team that's equipped to stop Genty. Even if we score to make it 24-10, I don't even know that we scored 24 points. 24 is kind of tough to get. It's actually wide open, though. There's Burris, who makes a nice grab behind him. I mean, I see A over the middle. There's no way that's intercepted. That's one of the most insane picks I've ever thrown. I don't know how he possibly made that play. Either way, it's 31-3. I'm not sure it would have made much of a difference. I don't know how he made that play. Heisman difficulty is sometimes different. They've got all these abilities. It's just, they're a tough team. I'm actually shocked they only won 8 games here. Jones on the move. You should block for us, please. The fact that we don't score a touchdown there is insane. Simply insane. No. Thought we had it easy. Are we back at Navy now? Triple option? That wasn't the way we wanted to go. Fourth and goal from the 9. Running like curls and shit. There's nowhere to go with the ball. And yeah, I think we've allowed probably like 1,000 yards to Genty this game. It's 31-3. Shot down the field. We might have a step here with Rivers. And he catches it off the tip. All right. That helps with the season numbers, I suppose. He's going to end up with like 600 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns. Guess we'll take it. I think that was knocked down and intercepted, or and caught, I should say. Yeah, tipped right into the hands of Eric Rivers. I don't know how he made that play. I tried to hit down to onside kick, and it didn't do anything. So, okay. Cool. Great move in the open field. It's 34-10. I don't know why we're still here. Launching it down the field for Patterson. Good coverage. And I guess it's been decided. Ashton Genty should win the Heisman now. Oh, wait, they gave it to Dylan Gabriel. Herbert Gums with the sack. Would 34-17 really even be better? Still a pretty huge loss. 4th and 20. At least we got a great trip to Albuquerque, New Mexico. What a great bowl game. Dude, you imagine you live in Miami, going to FIU, and your big treat for a bowl game is heading to Albuquerque? That is the ball game. Boise State wins comfortably here, 41-10. We didn't really even get to see a lot of Genty because we got no defensive moments. Let's see his final stat line. I'm curious. Maddox Madsen threw 4 touchdowns. Genty only 117 yards on the ground, but only 16 attempts. 7.3 yards per carry. He's a 98 overall. I don't know why they kept throwing the ball so much. In case you're curious about our numbers, don't be. Why would you be? There's no reason to be. They're terrible numbers, and we're a terrible team. It's a miracle that we won 9 games. Kansas State made the national championship because, of course, they did. This is College Football 25, after all. That's what they do. Locked out on Amari Kerr. The recruiting class, I think, is going to end up being top 50 as Oregon narrowly defeats Kansas State. And we have made it to the end of the season. We can focus on off-season recruiting, and we can get ready to lock in for Season 2. We will probably experience some transfers here, and that's okay. We'll look here at quarterback. Chaden Peary is leaving. He was never going to play. I don't really have any interest in keeping him around. Kajon Owens wants to transfer. And we're already losing Lexington Joseph, so I'd like to keep Owens. He has not been persuaded. Now, wide receiver, Ross Fournette wants to transfer. We just probably need more depth at receiver. He's a depth pickup. He stays. Our backup tight end, Josiah Mayaman, has graduated, as has Ben Schellenbach. Our offensive linemen, they're already not good, and they want to leave. Wyatt Lawson has not been persuaded. John Bach, the second, has decided to stay. We'll take that. On defense, Quaylen Hill wants to transfer to the playing style. We need to keep him. He's not been persuaded. Already losing Passmore. Losing Giovanni Davis. Losing Elijah Anderson-Taylor, who had Silver Hammer, not that you never know. And most of our secondary is staying together, but we do lose our starting safeties, Jamal Potts, CJ Christian, and kicker Chase Gabriel, who had a real big leg, and Alejandro Prado, and our punter, Dayton Montiel. So we're actually losing a lot here in the portal in terms of starter and graduation, really. Losing some starters. Going to need to fill that in the offseason. We already have a punter on the board. We have not scouted, but we're going to need to take a look at, some of these kickers as well as we try and secure some of these commitments. We have 675 hours to do it. Again, it can be quite a good class for our standards. Just need to, recruit through the whistle here, as they say. It's kind of a Texas Longhorn Sark type expression. And hopefully we're able to bring in everyone that we want. See if Malik Broyles actually has a leg on him. 92 kick power. I've seen enough. Yeah, he's going to be a good option for us. So there's our kicker or punter, one of the two. Can always change his position. We need more offensive linemen, so pretty much anyone that I see, we're just going to say, hey, you're going to be good enough. We need more running backs, for sure. Need to hit the portal potentially as well. Now that we're not in Navy Dynasty, we can actually look at the portal, but the options are not good. Although, Xavier Scott could be a decent option at corner. But I think that's kind of all I'm interested in. Maybe we'll add Dante Balfour. I don't really think we need corner that bad, but maybe one of these guys can play safety. Guess we'll probably just offer. It's going to be tough to win these one-on-one battles against bigger schools, though. That's the problem. We'll see, I guess. So hopefully we can actually get some players to commit right now and free up some points for us down the board, because there are some players that I'd like to put points on that I just really can't right now. And we got to get Solid A on campus as well. Let's rearrange this a bit. Soliday being on campus could be the difference between him choosing Pitt or FIU. So let's bring him in. We can sell championship contender. It's up to a B+. That's actually potentially a huge game changer for us. I think we still send the house, actually, though. B+ championship contender could make a massive difference. So we're going to continue to look at these guys and see what the class ends up looking like. There are some hours back with 3-star linebacker Deontay LaBelle and 3-star linebacker Tay Boone and 3-star running back Marvin Soliday. We don't even know if he's good, but that definitely gets us a lot of hours back. It would still be nice to find somebody here. Can we end up getting any of these guys? I don't know. I don't know that our grades are going to be good enough. They like playing style, supposedly. I mean, we could try visits, but it probably is not going to go that well. It probably just ends up being a waste of points. We can only put 50 hours on these DBs. They'd be nice transfer options, but I typically don't like to gravitate to the portal because you just get such a limited amount of development with these guys. Their overalls are not high enough to really warrant it. And on top of everything else, they don't get an off-season boost. So it's like, what's the actual point? The week 1 visits always do like next to nothing, though, unfortunately. Wish those were a little bit more valuable. But yeah, I'll update you guys at the end of the class. Final week. I keep saying I'm going to update the video, and then I keep bringing it back earlier. Found a kicker with 90 kick power. That's quite good. We only have 125 hours. It's so tough to actually... Oh, he's got mega leg. That's actually probably all I need to see. We're going to put 50 on Leonard Hicks. We're going to put 50 on Mike Myrie. And then all the rest of these players should end up committing. We're in the lead. Some of them might end up being a little bit weird. I'm going to put 5 more on Tremaine McCarry. We should be able to pass FAU, who's literally not going after him. Eric Awesome is going to be tough to hold on to. We're going to try to do it at the buzzer here. 65 of 65. Where did Washington just come from? Well, they get Joey Wentz now. I guess we have a free 50 to play with. Okay. That came out of nowhere. But this is going to end up being our class here. We see if Semple's any good. Not really. Just wasted all those points to be like, nope. He's actually not good at all. Is there anywhere where I really need extra points? Not really. We're kind of maxed out everywhere. So, we shall see what the final class ends up looking like. I don't think we need these final 10 points anywhere. Maybe there's one prospect who we can actually go after. Like, if there's any 3-star, I just think 5 and 5 is not going to be enough. So maybe I rearrange my points so we bring in something else. Next year's recruiting class will be way better. This one is going to be, a little bit lackluster. Show me a unique position here. All right, Earl Algier maybe we can bring in. We're already 3rd. What if we put, like, the 50 on Josh Gant, change that to 5, and then put 50 on Algier? I think then we land a top 100 receiver, fringe top 500 player. That is my recruiting effort for year 1, 2024 of FIU Dynasty. We shall see the results now. Going to be a lot of players committing. There's Earl Algier. It's a tongue twister for me somehow. So that was a good decision at the buzzer there to bring in another receiver. Here is National Signing Day. Did we get everybody? Leonard Hicks picks Georgia. He just picks to walk on there. I put 50 on him. He picks Georgia. And he had mega leg as well. A little bit disappointing there for sure. Other than that, we got everybody. It's going to end up being a pretty good class. Top 50, I would have to expect. 23rd, how about that? 1 5-star, a 4-star, 23 3-stars. And we'll see the dev trait. Rodney Salam has impact. I hope he ends up having a good arm. Star for Schmidt, we know. We know a lot of these already. It was a lot of normal in a way. But Deontay LaBelle, athlete run stopper with star. Tay Boone, normal. Thomas, normal. Impact for Ayan Badeo. Fiedler with normal. Normal for Malik Broyles, a punter. Impact for Sinalau Young. Cantwell with impact. Anyone with anything interesting here? Again, dev trait's not the end-all, be-all. It's really more about the skill caps. Mike Myrie was star, though. An elite for Earl Algier. That's a pretty good last-second ad. As we bring in a top 25 class. We will take that. And hopefully a top 5 class next year. Pretty good move at the buzzer. Rodney Salam is a 73 overall. What is your arm strength? 96. This will be our starting quarterback. Rodney Salam. Very good 3-star ad. He's got platinum off platform now. Very good speed and acceleration. Cannon and accuracy. I don't know what his future ends up being development-wise, but he's already pretty good. So that is an excellent add to our class. Earl Algier has 97 speed, by the way, at 6'4", 208. That was a very good last-second ad. All right. Our entire team is really slow, and our DBs can't cover at all. And we're going to be starting a lot of freshmen. We have 5 players on the roster at an 80 overall or above. But we're about to get a boost here in the offseason. So we've got that to look forward to. And here we go. My favorite part of the offseason. Training results. You see our coach level is firing. We're all the way up to coach level 21. That is motivator for you. We have 110 points now. And we'll take a look. At quarterback, Amari Jones is the 3rd highest rated. Nobody really went up very much. I think we might end up starting the true freshman. Shamari Lawrence got no boost really at running back. At wide receiver, Rivers is up to an 88. Juju Lewis at an 81. Not a great set of upgrades, though, overall. At tight end, Rocky Beers is a 77. Our O-line is still pretty awful. Man, this is a tough team to work with. This is not that great of a team. It's a wonder they've only won 4 games. Wow, I can't believe it. But all right, we got, I guess, marginal boosts somewhere. Platinum recoup for Marquez Tatum now. Todrick Bruton, just too slow. Dwight Nunu, too slow. Travion Barnes, 85 speed, 87 acceleration is good. But he doesn't really get a whole lot better. He can't really rush the passer. He's only 6 foot, 224. Brian Blades is up to a 90. 87 for Hezekiah Masses. Victor Evans up to an 80. His zone coverage is good. Everything else is pretty bad. You can see the coverage for these guys. Really awful. We will be starting some freshmen this year. Like, we're going to have a starting free safety who's a freshman. But we do have a kicker and punter. It just doesn't show the true freshman there. The team is marginally better. I think that puts us in a pretty good position to win the conference this year. We need to recruit at a really, really good level. We have 110 points to use on upgrades. That probably should go into recruiter. So we're going to definitely focus on having these guys, you know, easier to scout. I do think we want to leave ourselves as a motivator, though. And now it's going to be a recruiter, so I think we need to spend some points in here. We'll try to get some big off-season boosts. And we'll just max out. Because we do eventually want, you know, 3 or 4 in here anyway. So we had 110 points. We're going to use them. And we are back to being a motivator. We have 5 points left over. Eventually could throw those in some other places there, but we want to be a motivator. We want these players to get boosts and get coaching skill points as a result. I don't think we're going to be able to feel bad about cutting any of these players. Like, at right tackle, there were like a bunch of 50 overall players. But they've actually been upgraded a little bit. They're in the low 60s now. It's just hard to imagine a lot of these guys seeing the field. Like, I guess we'll keep the freshmen who have decent speed, but a lot of these guys are just really, really bad. We don't really have much in the way of depth at running back, but I'm still going to send one away. How many wide receivers do we have? We kind of have plenty. We can make another cut there. Is there anywhere where there's a little bit more wiggle room? Like, how about corner? We can cut you. Get rid of another safety. Linebacker was really thin. Is John Rodriguez ever going to be good? Maybe. And we can redshirt again now. That's actually an option. Clayton Dees. Seems so familiar to me. Do we have him in another dynasty? I don't know why I feel like we did, but it doesn't make any sense. Maybe just reminds me of Clay Reese. That's probably it, if you watched that series on the channel. Clay Reese was a pretty big receiver for us, I think at Kent State. But, all right, we've encouraged our transfers. We're going to get ready for season number 2. Let's see if any of the top players will actually give us a chance off the rip. Our grades should have improved here a little bit. We still are really bad for brand exposure, and we're risking transfers as a result. JMU, right, not Kent State. JMU was Clay Reese. But we're a 2-star prestige now, so that's nice. Coach stability has gone up quite a bit. Championship contender has gone up a ton. I don't know where they're getting that from, but I appreciate it. I guess we almost won the conference, to be fair, but we didn't even make the game. A little bit better now. Will that give us more hours? Maybe slightly. Are any of the 5 stars interested off the rip? Doesn't really seem to be, but I'll tell you what. DJ Banks, power rusher, 6'3", 240 from Fort Lauderdale. We got to get him. Okay, there are more 5 stars giving us a chance this time around. Really needed a lot of these guys to be from Florida, and we're not necessarily getting that. But we can still improve here. Just don't want the receiving backs, but I think maybe recruiting to the pipelines could make sense. The pipelines this year in College Football 25 really didn't get as big of a bonus as I would have thought they did. It doesn't really seem to actually matter, which is a little bit disappointing because that could be a benefit we could actually really use. I haven't really noticed much of a difference, to be honest. Maybe you guys have. I really haven't. And it wants me to get the receiving back. I hate them. I hate the receiving backs. I think they're borderline valueless. We need to improve in the front 7. We'll figure all this out and more in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you for Season 2 of FIU Dynasty coming up soon. See you in the next one. Take it easy.